Meanwhile, Mijo standing firm over here. Yeah, that's going to be semi-finalists for our blue team here. Yeah, they make it work with the core NG. The core decap engineer is completely active. You love to see that. What the fuck? Never mind. Cancel that. Bottom buff secured by red team. I don't think it's actually good enough. Wait, it is good enough. Oh my god, it's good enough. For Brian and Payne, they get a kill on Gornet. And Lanty. Oh no. No. So, the Torment, I believe, has... Oh yeah, or you don't play Druid at all. Yeah, you can play Ranger, Soul Beast, whatever, if you want to. Or maybe Spirits get nerfed, who knows? Maybe you don't do that either. That's also a possibility. Right. It's time, my friends. Okay, it is time for the monthly automated tournament. Cormier's Clash is up. First round. Let's see who is playing. Who are going to be the big... Wait, Skelling is in. Let's go see what Skelling's doing here, guys. Skelling, of course, a very powerful member of my team here, the Feedmen. Let's see who he's got going on there. Let's see if it is a partial Feedman team. Maybe he joined Avatar at the last second. Ah! Ooh! This is a team here, actually. Skelling. Okay, Strike, Jester, Sokos, and Giga Sith. Absolutely massive team here, guys. That is really, really big. Some big 1v1 plays here from Sith going into the Spellbreaker, into the Defense War, actually. Chicken. Very unusual build. It seems like kind of like the build that Vans plays, actually, or something like that. Yeah, with Stomp and stuff like that. I don't think he's playing Hammer, though. No, he's not. He's like Dagger Shield and Greatsword there. Very old school approach to Warrior here with not that much damage. Look, Sith actually is winning. How is the team fight going? The team fight is an absolute mess. Sokos just randomly pressing buttons. He's literally AFK. Sokos not even moving at this point, right? He's just waiting to die, right? This team fight collapses, and currently the Feedmen are in trouble here. Jester tries to find a kill onto I Hear Voices X. Fat Pepe hands 8-1-2-3. It's still 5-0. Sith actually dies 1v1 too. That is not what we want to see there, guys. That is just, this is an absolute disaster right now for the Feedmen. Feedmen 500-0'd first round. That is very, very bad. They may not get a single point. This is a 500-0 situation. Very rough indeed. Let's go ahead and move on. So, like I said, let's go and just see who's playing, right? So, let's go and check out all the teams and see who our top contenders are going to be. What is this? It's the, really? The Gatekeep squad. I thought these guys weren't going to play. You know, I wasn't expecting them to keep playing for this long, actually. But it's happening again. The Gatekeep squad is here. Frey. Okay, Futurama character there. Frey. On Necromancer. Draza, Thief. Big Daddy D here. Boyce Areno. Zan. And of course, it wouldn't be a team without the Master of Disaster. Misha. Reviving Boyce. Actually does get interrupted there by the Thief, so that will be a kill, I believe. Oh no, the hand res, it might be good here, actually. Signet coming through now. Is it going to land? Oh, he gets CC'd again, so no, Boyce still on the downside, but the red team's starting to buckle, actually. Losing a lot of health there. This should be a fairly solid revive now, and then I think blue team will start to swing that team fight. Goes for the renewed focus. Oh, a Stomp comes out there from the Necro. Do they have interrupt for that? They actually might not. They actually do, though. Oh, yeah, denying that, and they are going to hold on to this fight just barely, but yeah, this is going to be a very powerful team, but they did lose. Right, they did not win. They actually did they lost last time to the Shuriken team with Dra. Right, okay, not Draza, Dra, Shuriken, all of those gamers there were actually able to obtain victory over their opponents. Cookie Queen in there as well, of course. So let's see if that team or a similar team is going to be playing again. I think a team to look at could also be Prestige. Let's go take a look at that. Prestige playing over here too. So, look at what we have here. This is going to be a potentially unusual composition, because I think, you know, Aeon might play support, but I think I do expect to see us stay on Druid for most of the tournament, even into the really, really tough games, maybe even particularly into the really tough games, actually. It's going to be Aeon, Vabrian, Payne, Mio, and Big Benzo. Here he is, ex-PG leader, now Ion Care Church leader. Here he is, roaming Overlord. The gamer is here. A lot of damage here. No support as of right now, and that might be that slightly more roaming style that we see come out from this team later on. Could be interesting to see that clash with their opponents. Of course, Mijo, even though he is going to be a little bit, okay, beaten down, okay, as a Necromancer without a support. He's going to play Core, maybe a little bit of Reaper here and there, and that will be able to survive on its own fairly well, but this is going to be a very straightforward 500-0 game, of course, for the red team. Are there any other teams to actually take a look at here? Yeah, Corian, this is Dra's alt account, so I think we want to go and take a look at that. Let's see what we have here. So, it is, it's actually the exact same roster. Bear in mind, this roster actually beat the Gatekeep squad last monthly AT. This is actually the reigning champion team. That's really important to understand here, actually. Bear that in mind. Okay, this team beat that the All-Star cast with that double Necro combo. It was on Skyhammer. It was very close in Swiss. But this time, let's see if they can actually maintain their hold on the game. See if we can get a very, very tight top 2 spot there. But of course, I imagine the Gatekeeps, they are going to want their revenge on this roster, of course. They'll definitely be doing their very, very best to not lose again. But again, we're seeing this composition here. It's going to be Adelante on Support Guardian, Fly on Thief, Gornet on Necromancer number 1, Cookie Queen on Necromancer number 2, and Dra on the Herald. And we may even see that go to a double core Necromancer composition later down the line. Towards that, I know Gornet is just a big fan of Reaper, but into a more serious game, he may go for another core Necromancer. Although Reaper is also a potential option. It's still pretty strong. Okay, so let's look at that. This is obviously going to be very straightforward. For this team to win, nothing too crazy going on over there. Let's see, do we have anything else to really look at here? Oh yeah, Andreas, actually, would be the team to look at here. So let's see, what have we got here? Jesus Christ. Okay, Miaz there with an appropriate name. And that's going to be Azadome, Sakiki, Chunsu, Oki, and Miaz. Okay, and yep. Kind of a similar thing here as well. Azadome will be playing Thief later on, I would imagine. Chunsu on Support Guard, Oki on Horseman. Could potentially also be a Herald from Oki as well. Skiki on Herald. And there you go. That's how it works. And they're going up against another powerful team here. It's going to be Andreas. Andreas here on the red team on Support Guardian. Benny, okay, on Revenant, Herald. Maya on Thief. Sakaya on Holo. And Brainpecker, aka Nick, on a Necromancer. So fairly normal stuff here. No one's running anything super wild out there. Not the double chrono we saw the other day from Draza and Kaz's. That would be pretty wild. But it's actually a pretty intense game here. I think we actually might want to go ahead and watch this one fully play out because the red team took a really significant lead early on. You can see that blue is absolutely making a recovery now, eliminating Benny real quick. He's now back off respawn, but blue team already looking to push this. Looking to push this attack right now and get some big damage here. And see if they can maintain their advantage. Of course, Benny is now back into this fight. So, blue team, they need to start really getting something done pretty quickly. But they actually do have the map state in their favor with that double gap and the hammer. So, as long as they can maintain and hold this team fight, they're going to be in business. However, the scrapper there from Azam gets absolutely nuked. You know, that is a very, very... It's pretty squishy here, right, as you can see. It's a volatile build. A high damage build, of course. You know, potentially even more so than Horsmith. Lots of quickness uptime, lots of extra power and boons, stuff like that. And but it is very squishy and got picked off there instantaneously. And this is going to be a full wipe against the blue team, actually. I think Asden potentially regretting not playing Thief right now and going for this slightly unusual flamethrower scrapper build in a very high-level game, actually. That is not really what you want to see there. I mean, hey, you know, they have certainly not lost this game as of yet, but perhaps not the best build for this because the problem with flamethrower scrapper is that it is a bit of a noob trap build. It does a lot of damage, but it's honestly it's very easy to kill. As you can see here, right, it doesn't have Elixir S. It's a very, very kind of all-in aggression build, and yeah, you just kind of focus it and it dies. It doesn't really have any particularly strong defensive capabilities on this build whatsoever. There you go. Yeah, it's a bit of a meme build here. Red team now once again resecuring the map, very much in control here. Blue hanging back a little bit, trying to play a little bit towards the safer side to get that reader and get that re-push out on the map. But already we actually see the Horseman there of Oki in deep, trying to stall here a little bit and maybe mislead, split up the red team. But actually, he's in trouble. Like, there's the Elixir. He doesn't have a shield 5 either. I think this is going to be a dead Horsmith. Maybe he can get to a kiting spot. He has the supply crate available very, very shortly, but it's not going to be easy. However, mission was almost complete here, actually, for Oki, as he did end up managing to wriggle away there fairly effectively. That does free them up a little bit and split up the red team. However, he does end up dying. Chunsu comes in with res, but there is that steal there from Maya denying that Signet. However, the hand res is good enough, and Sakaya does die. So blue team actually getting a kill with that flamethrower scrapper. Can they now convert that into more? Oh, this Thief of Maya being really annoying, though, and that's going to force a response from the blue team here. They're going to have to go all the way up to point A, and that's not... Look, this map is bugged. You can see that it actually doesn't appear as contested until it actually gets decaptured. That's been in the game for years, by the way, just so everyone's aware of that. And that means that it was a little bit hard to track Maya, maybe easy to predict, but they weren't sure until a little bit too late. Oh, and this kill here again onto Asdome there. This scrapper is a little bit too vulnerable. They're trying for the revive. Supply crate is coming down. They get the hand res. Can they hold it? Can they get this? Signet comes down. It does actually get interrupted again, but the hand res from the other players is good. Good discipline here from the blue team. Now can they convert this fight? They've got to now turn this around and get a kill here. They're looking for Andreas. He has no renewed focus. Chunsu has also done the same here. But you can see the vulnerability is a little bit too much. Oh, Stealth Signet does come down, but Sakiki now very, very low too, in addition to Asdome. Miaz trying to hold on as best as he can, and they do now convert that kill. Does Andreas have the Signet available? He does, but he's actually line of sight right now. He can't get it, and they do actually end up losing this fight. However, the red team will start disengaging already. Yeah, Necromancer, a Brainbreaker pushing towards A. Another kill on Maya was good. That's a really nice kill to pick up that Thief, but blue needs points. They've only got 5 minutes. They need at least a double cap very, very quickly, and ideally preventing any further point gain from their opponents. Otherwise, they're simply going to run out of time. Ooh, Andreas is very exposed. No real cooldowns left over. He's definitely in trouble in this particular moment. Is he going to go down here? I believe he actually is. Yeah, he is not going to be able to hold on. Benny does arrive, but he can't really save this. There's simply too much damage available. Red team grabs that node. Blue team already moving to remove it there with thanks to Oki. But now the hammer is being up here as well. It's going to be stalled out for a little bit, but Sakaya actually does get shoved away and actually dies. Dies to the flamethrower scrapper. Nick arrives to try and do something, but that's going to be difficult. He's going to be 1v2 almost instantaneous, and that flamethrower is going to be pumping the entire time. Red team actually feeding a little bit, to be honest, at this point. They need to be a little bit careful here. They are still ahead. They're still in a good spot, but they're about to be in a losing position this early on in the tournament. Just 100 points in this. Blue team grabbing point B all of a sudden. And look, you know, that's what I get for disrespecting Flamethrower Scrapper. Turns out it's an OP build. One node is good enough in theory for the blue team to win. They'd really want more though, because again, look at that timer, and this is assuming that red team don't get any more points. So they really want to find a little bit more. They need to get another kill and then start controlling the map even better than they are right now. They're trying to force the issue over towards point C. Here they come. Benny is going to be the target here. Very heavily pressured. Good stealth though, but is it going to be enough? No, he can't make that jump. He's got chill. He can't get over there without a dodge. He can maybe attempt it now, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to go down to here. Andreas is going to have to go for the revival. I believe he does have it. Oh no, he actually does not. No, he already popped it. I think he was trying to precast it, but unfortunately, Benny... Oh yeah, Benny was trying to die, but it didn't happen in time, so the precast actually ended up failing there, I believe. That's actually a bit of a scary moment for Red now. They need to get something on the board. I like this play here, actually, by the Red team, just to slow it down, get out on the map with Maya, push far with the engineer, and just get a node. If they can get a node, even for a short amount of time, that's really annoying for the blue team to handle right now, because they just are going to take a while to catch up regardless. Andreas does fall, and that will be another 5 points. Honestly, 5 points is actually really important in these games. Red team are doing a really good job of actually stalling point B here. Maya and Betty denying that cap from Chunsu, Sakiki, and Asdome for a while. The same thing happened over here with Sakaya trying to get rid of Miaz simultaneously, but here is that one node again there from Oki grabbing point C, and Benny is going to die over here too. That's another 5 points. I think blue team actually might be able to get away with this. This is big. This is actually a pretty big moment. Very scary for Red. They're in trouble now. They are officially in panic mode. Again, they're still ahead, but now they're really in a position where they're losing the game. Even with that single cap, blue team will actually catch up with that before the end of the game. It's still 3 minutes left on the clock. That's a lot of time to get more points, and for that node to tick away, if they're able to hold on to that. Of course, if they are able to neutralize this, that will be huge, and they actually do have the Necromancer and the Thief, which is going to be difficult for the Thief and the Hollow. Yeah, they're going to have to concede it. Oh, dear. Blue team, they've made a bit of a recovery here. They stabilized themselves. Guardian here with Oki to hold on to that. Andreas and Nick going for the repush. Looks like mid will end up getting decap, which is nice, of course. Hammer in contention. That's going to force Sakiki to intercept there, to try and deal with Sakari and have this 1v1 over there. But again, it's going to be a 2-cap. It's going to be point A and C for blue. Middle node neutralized, but blue are catching. Here they go. They are creeping back in. Oh, no, I do believe this is a rough situation. Oh, actually, wait, I don't know how that happened, actually. I was kind of expecting that 1v1 to go on for a little bit longer, but Hammer actually conceded immediately by Sakiki. Sakaya was able to somehow yoink that. That's actually a big deal, because that means that's going to be some time taken to recapture these nodes for the blue team. Nice signal there, and that might turn to a kill on Chunsu. Chunsu has to renewed focus. He's still very low. Will have corners, but he is about to die here, I think, if he's not careful. He needs a port to maybe someone try and disengage. Here comes Mia to try and go for that peel. Does get it with the fearing. There it is. Oh, but red team do find a kill. They do get Sakiki. That's really big. And they're going to grab the middle node here as well. Have they actually managed to get this back? Oh, it's so close. The flamethrower scrubber of Asdome finds a kill. 10k damage here. Onto Andreas, massive damage, and Benny down as well. That's another 5 points, 390 to 413. However, 1 minute on the clock. The blue team needs a double cap now. Of course, red team just want to hold on to mid for as long as possible. I feel like if I'm the red Necro, I just go and stand on mid and die on it at this stage, because even if the opponents are able to get some caps, they still won't be able to do much. Oh, and look at this cleave from Sakaya, cleaving down Chunsu. Chunsu does get revived up, denying that kill. They get point C, but again, that's not good enough. Maya with the thief gets to point A. I think red team are going to have to just barely get away with this. Lich coming out from Nick here, getting Rusakiki, holding down this middle node. It's 50 seconds on the clock. I think it's more or less unwinnable, actually, for the blue team. It's going to go to timer, and that thief mobility from Maya is just barely able to stabilize it. They managed to get away with it at the very last second, and red team are going to win this game, but a big recovery from blue. They nearly had it. They had a very, very rough start, as you can see here, but the recovery was almost there, and that is going to be the end of that. Timer ends this game. It's going to be close, of course. The double cap from red is going to generate them a lot of points, but it will not, I think, not quite be enough to get all the way up to 500, particularly with that node being decaptured. It won't be the last we've seen of this blue team, gamers, of course. This is certainly one of the teams I would expect to see in the top 8, for sure, a little bit later on. But yeah, there you go. Okay, you're joining me this monthly. Yeah, yeah. Red does indeed win. That is the end of that. Andreas versus Miaz. Andreas wins, but I think we might see Asdome probably play a little bit of Thief next time. I think not having Thief, obviously going to be a bit of a, a little bit of an unfortunate thing there. You know, I think Thief not quite on the same level as Flamethrower Scrapper. I do have to say that. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the next round of the monthly automated tournament. Right, let's see. Let's see who Mind Over Meta's playing with. Ooh, Temple. Temple this early. Goodness me. All right, then. So, bear in mind, this is the previous winners of the last monthly. So, the champions, reigning champions, are here. It's funny to say that, actually, right? You know, like the Mega Gatekeep team, Boy Straza, and so on. That team lost last time around. And, of course, they'll be hungry for their revenge. I imagine they certainly don't want to, they're not going to take that one lying down, but it's very unusual to even say that, wow, yeah, they're actually the runners-up. They're the challengers this time around. Very unusual, but let's see what we can do here. On the red team, it's going to be Nicolo, Kelsier, Spectre. Okay, Focus Rev, please. A bit of misdirection here from a Mirage. And finally, Hearthstone Zania. This is the duelist build that you see a little bit. The staff build, staff, axe, pistol, as compared to the roaming build. There's kind of like 2 Mirage builds that people typically play. The roaming build, which is much more focused on damage and big spikes, spoon removal, condition damage spike. This one is a little bit more of a side node style thing, running dueling and chaos. Can be quite annoying. Can be quite annoying to deal with here. Okay, also has some ability to, again, get involved in the team. But that's kind of like some of the strengths of Mirage in a way, actually. Like, Mirage does a lot of damage, a lot of area damage, too, actually. If you're able to connect, like, a really big shatter, a little bit less so on this build, a lot more so on the domination build with the boon removal and stuff like that. But still, you know, like, Mesmer, it's a bit of a pumper, actually, if it can connect. But let's see how that one works out. It's an unusual composition. You typically don't see Mirage these days. And, well, it's full try-hard mode from the blue team, as it should be. As it should be, to be quite frank. We have the big one. Here we go. It is going to be the double core Necromancer situation. That's right. That is right. Double core here from Gornet and from Cookie Queen. Fly on the DP Thief. Adelante on the support Guardian here, of course. And a draw on the Power Herald. I think this may end up being pretty favored towards the blue team. Red team going for this push, sending the Revenant and the Mirage over, but that's immediately responded to, actually, by the blue team. They did a really big spike onto Cookie Queen, but she is going to be okay, and you can actually see that the tides are now turning, and the red team has already fallen. There was no push from blue, so that does actually give this node away for free to red, but, well, blue are about to sweep across the map like a tide, pushing towards middle here. Gornet temporarily outnumbered 1v3, but the support of Adelante actually is now arriving. And, well, I mean, blue team maybe lingering a little too long over here, actually. Like, not quite moving to the next kills because they can, but they're simply going to be moving in with the entirety of their team. Fly already going for this decap, while the remaining of the team fight muscle from blue is going to descend upon the middle node. And this could be a pretty brutal game from this point onwards. I mean, I know it's a little bit early to call that, but this fight is probably going to get out of control very quickly. Draw and the Necromancers will probably either pressure or find kills on the support Guardian and even the Necromancer potentially, and that's just not going to be good. A bit of a sneaky decap here by Zan. He was able to get to the altar. This is certainly a bit of a map where it can be very difficult to hold on. In these situations, right? Like, you know, the thief just slips past you. It can be difficult to respond to that in time. We now see Cookie Queen doing exactly that, moving to the altar, trying to hold on to that as much as possible. Okay. Sub-only stream. I'm playing spiritually. What do you mean you're playing spiritually? You're in the game. Okay, you're literally in the team, boys. You're in the mix. You're juicing this AT, right, on the Herald. But yeah, red team actually holding their own, to be fair. Here, actually, like, the decap did not well. It came through temporarily, but the Mirage was able to intercept it quite effectively. But I think the story of these games are going to be looking at these team fights, right? And I don't really think that red can fight blue very effectively. They just don't have the muscle. The double Necromancer is going to be too much of a weight, too oppressive here, I think. Particularly with that massive damage from the Power Herald too. Of course, there is a Power Herald here from Niccolo, but it's just not going to be able to be quite as effective thanks to how oppressive these Necromancers are going to be here. And with just the single one, okay, guys, 2 is bigger than 1, and you can see that the red team does get driven away there fairly effectively. This 1v1 is going pretty well, actually, for the Mirage. It's a fairly decent 1v1 build, and the Necromancers are having a little bit of trouble with that. But the problem is that with the team fight collapsing, the blue team will now be able to respond to this, plus into this with the Thief or with the Herald or whatever that they choose to. Draw actually does die, to be fair, over here. Does get revived up there by Adelanti. So red team, got to give credit where it's due. They are really putting up a fantastic fight into, again, the champions here of the previous monthly automated tournament. So red team really going for it. You know, this is a team that I've seen emerging, actually. It's like the Hearthstone Zan team. And they actually do get that kill. Draw is fully stomped out. Wow, that was really nice. You know, that fight, I was expecting that fight to be a lot more decisive and to not really see kills come through onto the blue team, but actually red team find it, they make it work, and if they could get another one, then they could get back into this game. But the problem is, though, is that Thief did do exactly that, right? Plussed into the Mirage, gets this kill, and then we'll simply move back out on that. Adelanti now does die as well, though, but yeah, really well played by red. That's fantastic. Very, very skillful stuff there as well. Like I said, slightly more of some kind of like emerging players that we've seen. Kels has been very highly rated recently on ladder, Niccolo, Hearthstone Zan, and on FOTW as well. These are some of the new players that you see playing these dailies, grinding those out, and you honestly love to see that. And yeah, it can be done, everyone. It can be done. You can reach the level or get close to the level or be on the journey towards that really high level play that we see from the blue team and kind of get that reputation. And now Cookie Queen actually in a little bit of trouble, to be honest. That's not looking super hot there, actually. Will this be a kill onto her? She's trying to get away. Does have the flesh roam, could potentially use that to wriggle away a bit. Does hold, though, and the support from the Adelanti is good, but actually no, not quite good enough. The spike damage is there from the Thief and the Herald. Oh, but that Jade Winds came out from Draw, saving Cookie Queen, saving his queen, as it were, and restabilizing this encounter. And they got the top off there as well. And red just not quite winning hard enough, not winning these fights enough. It was good to get those kills on middle, but they aren't able to get anything else, unfortunately. And they're going to have to back away from that. And they've lost a lot of points because of that stillness. That doubles up the points you get from holding nodes for a short period of time. Very powerful indeed to have that on this map. Can really speed things up and snowball things out of control. That's exactly what we see here. And red now being driven away. Another kill secured in that Necromancer. They do not want to be losing their Necro. They need that for these fights. And unfortunately, the Mirage is not going to be able to get this revival. In fact, may even end up falling here as Fly is on the hunt. And Mirage does not have an easy time dealing with Thief in general. Does have some defensive cooldowns available there with the Distortion. But I think the writing is a little bit on the wall for this game. This is going to be tough. Very, very tough indeed. Let's get the hell out of here. What else do we have? Ooh, how about this one? We have a really close game. We have a close game here. And it's going to be, once again, Brainpacker here from Forklift Operators. Playing with Sakaya, Maya, Benny, Unarmed Civilian, Andreas. Going up against Zealith, Riken, Hospe, Blacksmiths, and Gelsine here. Is fully activated here, and once again, it's going to be the quote-unquote meta comp that we see here from the blue team. They're going with the support Guardian, double Necromancer, Thief, and the Power Herald. However, Their opponents are also doing a good job here. And honestly, if there's any map where you can certainly get away with, or rather, you know, you could say that playing the not a double Necro is good, it would definitely be Temple, right? Temple very, very big. That's where the slow speed of the Necromancer can really get punished, particularly when you have to split up for the multiple objectives coming through at 8:30. And I think that's definitely helping out here. Like, having this Holosmith for the red team definitely gives them a good amount of mobility. It allows them to get around the map very quickly. However, Sakai in trouble right now, does not have any corners left over, doesn't have any defensives, and doesn't end up dying. Andreas back, though, might be able to get the signet and does do that very well. Maybe they can turn their hands on the Thief. They actually might well be able to. 10% left health on this Thief. Is that going to go down? I believe that is. Where's the support Guardian? Zealous is nowhere to be seen right now. In fact, he is... Well, actually, no, he is. He's coming over now, but he's not going to make it just there in time. Actually, does get that revival, though. So never mind, I lied. He came here at exactly the right moment, getting that revival onto the Thief very effectively and turning this fight a little bit, but he's under a lot of pressure himself. Tries to get his heal, but that Revenant just chopping away at that Guardian health pool. The blue team getting a little bit divided here. They need to be a little bit careful. Having said that, Benny did extend quite deep there, and we actually saw Maya end up falling, so red team in a little bit of trouble. She is now back in play, and this fight will continue to rage around that top buff. However, it was just yoinked there by the blue team, which is quite something. And of course, the buffs are up in just 20 seconds, and that's where things can really, really spiral out of control one way or another. This game is very, very close as of right now. Sakaya trying to run away as best he can, but again is going to fall. Is this revival by red? I don't think it is. I think Andreas is going to die too, and yeah, that's where that double Necromancer really does shine in these team fights. Honestly, especially with the Reaper. The Reaper just doing so much damage, annihilating all of these players very, very quickly if it's allowed to fully unleash and unchain while being supported. Bottom buff is now up. Both buffs are up, actually, but blue team going to get the top one free. That's really good for them, actually. It's one less thing they have to worry about. And with these kills, while bleeding out Andreas, they've got a very good shot at potentially grabbing additional objectives. Thief 1v1 on bottom buff. This is basically endless. This essentially has turned the game into a 4v4, as long as neither of these Thieves makes a really, really huge mistake, this 1v1 will never end. However, the blue team might want to actually address that. They want to bring in a Necromancer and see what they can do to maybe end it a little bit quicker, potentially moving the Thief out. Yeah, they're going to do that. They're going to leave the Thief of Maya here and then try and move out with the Thief of their own to really get that map pressure going and leave the Necromancer as a bit of a duelist, which will be a little bit more resistant to being pushed by an additional player, of course, compared to, say, the Thief, while also being more than capable of handling this Thief in this 1v1, or at least stalling this. Not necessarily getting a kill, but certainly stalling it. During all of that madness, blue team did pick themselves up a double cap, which is a quadruple cap, thanks to that stillness they were able to get for free there, and that's really brought them back into this game. You can see the gap is closing a lot. See how steep that curve is when they're really having that 4-cap situation. Meanwhile, the red team tries to find an opening. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Looks like they actually might really commit to bottom buff, actually, here with Benny and Brainpecker dropping. I think they're just doing that just to maybe set Brainpecker on that bottom buff, assign that Necromancer to hold here. And here's the problem. That's where having the double Necromancer is quite useful. If they assign Brainpecker to this, well, not only does he just die, but also it means there won't be a Necromancer for the red team in any of those fights, which can definitely be problematic for them as well, if he's always going to be down here looking after this buff. The Thief is still going to be here from Maya, just trolling around, being annoying, and, well, we might see them try and replace that with a Necromancer when he comes back again, but red team, the lead they have had is very, very quickly vanishing. Let's see if they can do a bit of a recovery, a bit of a comeback move like they did early on in that first game against their opponents there, but it's definitely tough on us from here. Like, they have to really get something done pretty quickly. They need to find some kills. They need a kill. If you look at the scoreboard, they have not had a kill for a very long time. All the kills have been from blue. And, okay, in Guild Wars 2 PvP, one of the most important things when it comes to winning is indeed securing kills. Let's see if they're able to do that. They're really looking for this Revenant here. Angel in a little bit of trouble here from Brainpecker and Andreas, but the support Guardian is available, so I think that's not really going anywhere, particularly seeing as Brainpecker himself is getting pretty pressured. That's a big win here in the 1v1 there from Sakai. Gets that kill on that Necromancer, which is really nice. Maya does go down, so it gets up revived immediately, and they have 3 players from red now down here as well. 2 for blue. Here comes Zealith. Maya going to leave. I actually kind of like this, actually. Trying to rotate the Thief away, giving them that mash pressure back might be exactly what they need, because now we have the stall being done by the Guardian and the Necromancer. That could be good. Andreas a little bit low on cooldowns. Does need to be careful. There's a lot of damage here with that Revenant in play there with the Necromancer, particularly now that the Thief has also joined the fray. Andreas may end up dying there. He is going to fall, and Riken immediately going for this the buff here. Of course, Benny is aware of that and will try and shut that down, but red team have now got themselves into this really good spot where the blue team is trapped here. Like, they're going to get a really trolled. They're going to get stalled really hard by Benny for a few more moments here. And honestly, there might be enough time for another player to get it. Oh, if that top buff had come through from Sakai, that would have been devastating. The problem is they're going to kill Benny, but Sakai can just drop down and keep stalling this, and that means the bottom buff is not going to get capped. Are we going to see a drop it? I think we are. Yep, here we go. Here comes Sakai. Brainpecker, potentially thinking about doing the same. I think we should actually see... Oh, no! Ooh. That's actually quite bad. I was expecting there to be a bit more stalling here, maintaining that triple cap, but actually, Brainpecker not able to get in range in time. Neither was Sakaya, unfortunately. So that does actually fully cap up in favor of blue, and they managed to yoink the top buff as well, thanks to South. That is actually quite catastrophic. I'm not gonna lie. That's really bad for the red team here. Oh, can the Necro make it? Yes, he does make it as well, keeping that cap. Oh, might get... Oh, that's a juicy fear. That is a huge fear, actually, from Maya, fearing the Necromancer off. However, she will be forced to concede this node, I believe, and Middle also forced to the blue team, as Middle was actually captured there as they got a kill on Brainpecker again. This is a real razor-edged game right now, one node apiece. Of course, Stillness won't actually be good. If you can see that it's basically wearing out fairly shortly, and that means I believe red team will still maintain a lead, but that might be about to end very quickly, as Maya will not be able to hold this 1v3 for very long at all, and the red team not even looking to... Oh shit, she dies! Oh no! Oh, that's bad. She does port to the node. That will force the stomp, but that means the red team can't really engage. They're going to be outnumbered on mid, and they're currently losing the game. They do get a kill on Zealous, which is... They need to confirm that, and it's the Guardian, so there's no signal. Oh my god, that's huge. Oh no! Oh, blue team choking here. But look, blue team, I don't want to say this, guys. I don't like to use this word. Blue team has crumbled in a very dramatic way, actually. Oh, a complete crumble from blue. The Revenant just getting exploded there. And the Necromancer falling too. 3 from blue wiping. Even after getting that kill onto Maya. And that is a crumble. Red team managed to pull it back again. They really like to keep these games interesting. Almost losing first into their opponents on Skyhammer, into Chunsu and so on. And now doing the same, but just barely clinging on to victory at the end there. The 2-cap is thwarted by blue. There's the neutralization. And that is the victory. That is the end of that. Blue team lose by 10 points here on Temple of the Silent Storm. Wow. Terrasonic, yeah. See, look, that's the service you get here on this stream. I will remember what you said yesterday. Okay. So, what have we got here? I actually do not know any of these people on the red team, but they are running the good builds. Except it's a Hollowsmith instead of the Herald that you typically see. But it's a double Necromancer. Support Guardian with Lisa there. Then we have Chokella on the Thief and Tarazit on that Hollowsmith. Is the monthly done? It is not done. Okay, not yet anyway. Ah, Frozen Men in the chat. Misha the Queen will win this one. Well, we'll see if they win, because they didn't win last time, Elsa. They actually lost. Okay, they were defeated, even with that exact same roster. A powerful roster. Draza, Boyce. Okay, of course. In there with the Master of Disaster, Zan and Frey. They were actually defeated. They did fall in battle to their opponents. Red team just smashing this team fight, hitting it with a giant hammer. All out 5v5. They forgot it's Conquest. They're going for deathmatch. I love to see that. So far, the blue team actually getting driven away here a little bit, but they are actually going to get killed on Lisa. Dude, Zan on the hunt. Just Lisa getting isolated and just picked off immediately. And that might be cleavable too, actually, because the red team left with the Thief. That's going to be hard to revive that. And yeah, we actually have the Stomp coming out there from Jane, the support Guardian, getting that kill. And blue take this first team fight. Red not quite as organized, not quite as coordinated as their opponents, and definitely paying the price there. Let's see if there are some other games that we could have a look at. What about this one? It wasn't the same roster. That's true, actually. Yeah, it wasn't quite the same roster. It was a different roster. Yeah, it was with Goku and... Yeah, it was with Goku and... wait, who was the other one? Was it Esprit? No, it was Goku and Azaz, right? I think we're playing. Oh, yeah. Look, I don't have any memory, guys, okay? I have no memory, and I can't remember. Goku, Azaz, Zan, Misha, and Frey. That is true. It's not the same roster. It's a little bit different. Well, I was hoping this could maybe be an exciting game, but it's not. Unlucky. Right, blue team just completely crushing, dominating. Not a very good game. Let's go look at something else. Oh, here we go. Ace versus Andreas. Yeah, this might be an interesting one, actually. Oh, ooh, they're having a little bit of trouble. But they have the ability to recover. Ah! Any Warrior fans in chat, guys? Okay, I was like, dude, where are all the Warrior players? Well, here is one. Member, of course, of Quaggan's on duty, is sadly disbanded. Oh, they actually get a kill. But I think that will be fairly easy to revive, as there's simply too many players from the red team around to actually get to finish that off there. But yeah, Demolish on duty here has now arrived on the Spellbreaker. Red team are going to get this bell, and that could signal a bit of a snowball here. Yep, there it is, fully secured, and maybe a few more kills here too. IR in a bit of trouble. Gets the glint heal. Blue team is now back off respawns. If he can hold on a little bit longer, could be able to survive it. In fact, does do that there. The support gun from Ace has now arrived. But Blue need to step up. They've got to get some kills now, because they're about to lose the map in a big way. Brain Pecker grabbing that Bazaar while the team fight continues. In fact, that's going to be a triple cap, at least for a short period of time. The Thieves going off to the side to intercept each other. Maya actually does not quite get the, tries to give like a teleport back. So I don't think it worked though for whatever reason. Some kind of weird line of sight memes going down. But of course, this will be neutralized here by the Blue Thief. Stealth will pretty much guarantee that. But here we go. Can the Blue team actually get kills? Now, Demorge is not pushing into the team fight. That does leave his team outnumbered on middle. And obviously, they're a little bit outcomped already. The double, you know, the red team's comp does not have a warrior in it, and in general there's a lot more kind of punch in this team fight, really. You know, you have this necromancer and the herald, but here you've got a necromancer, a herald, and you also have a Hollowsmith from the red team here as well. So that's very, very dangerous in these fights. And the warrior won't be able to quite bring that much into these fights as much as, say, that Hollowsmith will. Xeon does go down, gets revived quickly by the Revenant and the Necromancer, but they're in a little bit of trouble here. Like, red are on the hunt. They want more kills. The Thief 1v1, the Ego 1v1. It could go on forever, guys, okay? This could be completely endless. No one's going to get that node, but it's okay. The rest of the team is still playing their 4v4 on the other side of that. Very entertaining to do that indeed. Lich form there can be included there by Brain Pecker. Unfortunately, IR is now dead. It's over for him. Demolish looks to try and get something going there onto Andreas, but I don't think that's really going to happen. I think this is going to be the way the game is going to go. Let us move on. Let us move on to another game. Is there anything that looks close? To be honest, these are maybe not the most exciting round of all of them, actually. Like, this is, you know, actually, let's see. Who are, Ancient Contenders actually playing? Ah, here we go. So we have Nico Ni, Ambra, Grand Duke Spocker, Packwax, not Spider-Man on the Thief, and Acid Simon on the Power Herald. Ambra is the Lightning Rod Weaver. Of course, could be a Burn Weaver later on, but I think Ambra actually does really like Lightning Rod, so that's the way it's going to be, at least for the time being. Spacker on the Core Necromancer. Nothing too crazy there. Packwax on Thief. Pretty straightforward game for them. It's a little bit close. And actually, these are some very well-known players, actually. We actually have Nandel, Reaper Enjoyer, Easy Work, and Lixina. You see a lot of these players playing the daily automated tournaments here and there, so no surprise to see these players putting up a good fight into their opponents, but I think this bell will pretty much be the end of that game. Yeah, Blue team got the first one. That means that Blues is going to push a fight here, get themselves 50 points, and kind of win the game off the back of that. Red team already a little bit pressure. Ooh, that's a little bit scary here for Ace McDude. And Easy Work, the Mirage just gets one shot here, completely annihilated and cleaved out in the team fight. Signet from Lixina does come through getting that revival, but still it's going to be difficult. And yeah, Easy Work here playing the... Ooh, yeah, there's a bit of an Easy Work special. He doesn't even play like the roaming Mirage build. He plays the full Berserker power build here, right? It is a full glass build, very vulnerable, as you can see. Not really much defensive capacity on this setup whatsoever. Has to really rely on a bit of deception, a bit of stealth, and very careful cooldown management, and just not to die instantly. Of course, will be a bit of easy prey for the Thief and the Rev here. Easy Work driven away, and Blue team are going to get this build pretty much for free, I believe, any second now. Necromancer about to get that cap. There it comes through from Spock, and yeah, that's pretty much the writings on the wall on that one. 4-2-3 with 3 kills on the board. That is the end of that. Let's see, what else have we got here? Let's examine some games. This one is close. Let's have a look. Yo, Zomp there with the 2-1. I appreciate it. Dara Slice. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that one could be interesting. Let's have a look at the Dara Slice game, actually. Let's just see who's even playing that, right? Like, what's even going on? Okay, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, okay. So, this is going to be Badaka Con. Okay, Izzy, Mamayas, and El Goddess on the Weaver. And Aeon did go for the Support Guardian, making their comp pretty standard now. You know, you do see this a lot. You see you see Guardian, Rev, Hollow, Necro, Thief, pretty commonly. Of course, the most common one you're going to see is the double Necro, so no Hollow, another Necro instead. But Benzo, you know, he would never play Necro. He is not a Necro enjoyer. He is, in fact, okay, a Hollow enjoyer. That's actually not true, by the way. I'm actually going to expose Benzo. Benzo actually did play Hollow. I was doing a Gatekeep AT, 4am AT. Benzo did play Necro, and he enjoyed it. He said it's a good class, and he had fun. That's true. He's actually exposed there, but never mind. team prestige up against their opponents. Now, blue, they're getting a little snowballed right now. They need to just sit back and chill and get a regroup here. They need to be very, very careful. If they keep losing players consistently like this, then they're going to find themselves in dire straits indeed. They're only 30 points behind right now. That's certainly not insurmountable, particularly if they're able to get some good kills. Potentially win this 2v2, but IZ, oh no, that was a juicy fear there from Mio. Landing that fear and ending that thief combined with pain, very decisive maneuver to eliminate that player. So this 2v2 is going to go badly, and yeah, that's another state where it's going to be 4v5 on the map for a good amount of time. And the bell is here as well. Aeon is already in position. The bell's not up. It's up in 2 seconds. Saber moving over to support Badaka. Looks like we are going to see a bit of a team fight. Brian does actually die here. Con finds that kill. That's really nice. Removing the Revenant's going to take a lot of kill potential and a lot of punch out of the red team's comp. So yeah, I actually like this idea to move early here as well. Get more kills. The point is good, but I think the blue team recognized, and I think Con correctly recognized here, that points are not necessarily going to get them back in. They need to actually counter snowball. They need to get kills now. Oh my god! A huge 9,000 damage True Strike combined with that Test of Faith obliterates Big Benzo. One-taps him. However, the respawns from Brian put an end to Nemesis there. But that's definitely a good start. Winning that bell is huge, particularly since they got the first one too. They actually got the first bell, so that really puts them in a spot where they can win, because it means that not only will the third bell really catapult them back into relevance in this game, it will also be an absolute unavoidable objective for their opponents, and not the end of the world if they end up giving it away. Like, giving 25 points, that's not the end of the world. Giving 75 points, though, that is unacceptable, and I very much doubt that red team will be able to pass it up. Let's see if we can see this team fight now. We're going to see a big fight, all out 5v5. Now, of course, 5v5 style, it's going to be good for red here. Like, red does have a superior comp for 5v5. The Weaver and the DH are not quite going to scale super well. More for skirmish warfare is where these builds can really shine. Although, having said that, Con proves me wrong. Obliterates Pain with a beautiful CC combo. But the problem is, he is easy to focus and easy to cleave down, and that is it. Saber will not be rezzing that. Goes for the Signet, interrupted immediately, and that's the thing, DH has that damage, but to get that damage, you typically play very, very aggressive. He's playing full Berserker right now with Ruin the Trapper, and that puts him in a very, very low health pool. And I know it does have stealth, but ultimately, when you've got a Revenant against you, when you've got a Thief on you, that stealth is only going to get you so far, and you will be chased down, and you will be eliminated very quickly by the damage of these players, even on a Dragon Hunter. Once these cooldowns are gone, you are a free kill, even if you do play very well, as Con has certainly demonstrated to have like a very high skill potential here, really putting in the work. Oh yeah, that was a nice response from Pain. He immediately saw the revive onto Saber. A nice try from Con, but a beautiful response here from the Thief on the red team. For Brian in trouble, actually does go down, even in a weirdly outnumbered fight. Con comes back in, tries to get a cleave, but no, that's not going to be enough there. I don't think El Goddess is reservable. Saber's going to come back, but again, we're in this weird spot where blue team's kind of just getting staggered, right? Like, they come back, they respawn, they die, they respawn, they die. They're in trouble. Here comes the bell. Can they pull off another miracle again? Bell puts them in the lead, weirdly enough. That's how important this objective is. They really want to see if they can get this. Oh, Badaki getting lured away by Pain, though, and Pain might even just take this 1v1 just to keep the Necromancer out. No, he's going to leave instead and look for another kill elsewhere on the map. He knows that it's going to take a while to get finish off that decap and actually confirm that kill, but that means that, of course, he can now go on the hunt there, look for a kill here, maybe on Izzy or a Guardian here on the middle node, and it's a weird spot here. They need to kill Brian. Can they do it again? True Strike rather, did actually get blocked, so no luck there, unfortunately. If they could get this, would it be revivable? Aeon does have the Signet. She's in position to get something done. And the Bell actually nearly getting yoinked by blue again. Red team here from Pain getting a little bit distracted by El Goddess, actually. Izzy is now back in play. They might just go for a kill Mia. This does mean there's no Necromancer for the red team in the fight. If they can actually stabilize here and hold on for a little while with their own Necromancer and support Guardian, blue team have honestly got themselves into a good spot rotationally. Necro's locked out here by El Goddess. It's a really nice play by the Weaver. Now they push the Thief. They could definitely do something. Oh, that nade barrage was absolutely putrid from Big Benzo, though. That was actually 3/4 of Con's health in one ability. Grenades are fun, they are fair, and honestly, I love playing against them, guys. I love Horseman. It's so good. It's so much fun to play against. Red team now starting to establish control of the map, and blue, they just can't quite get this fight. They aren't able to do it. Mio gets driven away there by the Weaver. Good 1v1 potential here by Nemesis. And in fact, he's going to push for the kill. Kind of knows he has to, wants to get something done. But Benzo does actually end up dying here. The revenge is there, but the signet is good from Aeon. Aeon very, very low. Has to use her renewed focus, I believe. Actually, has already used it. So never mind. Ooh, Izzy on the hunt. This is big, actually. This is big. Really big. Can Izzy find this? Might be able to. The blocks are running out. Here comes Con. Nice dodge by Aeon. The Heartseekers, though. Pain. Oh, that stealth is beautiful. Very nice stealth. I think we might see a kill on Aeon here. Pain peeling out really nicely and Aeon kiting well. And blue team aren't able to find that kill. Now we do see that kill confirmed, actually. The bleeds, 3 bleeds. Oh, there's the heal. The Shadow Axe comes off and Badaka does end up dying. Saber tries for the Signet, can't get it. Aeon dies though, so basically a player being traded off there. Support still available. Oh, but Izzy getting absolutely obliterated there. Gets the stop back up. Benzo in a little bit of trouble. Nemesis is taking this 1v1. Mio, he's a little bit low there. Can't really hold this into the Weaver. The Weaver doing really well. But actually, never mind. Having said that, the DPS from that Weaver is huge, forcing that invuln out almost immediately. There is barrier available now though, actually. And here comes Nemesis. Oh, if he could actually get this kill, it would be huge. Oh, this could be big, actually. Mio in trouble. Not much Shroud. This might be a kill. Oh, I think it's bugged. I think he doesn't have a stun break, or he definitely would have used it there. Oh, actually, no, never mind. He just didn't use it. Okay. Never mind. And another kill was secured onto Con, actually, over here. Red team winning this fight. Saber holding on. Blue get the cap on mid. 3 minutes ago, the bell is now back up again. That's how long this fight has been going on. Blue team just not quite able to finish it off. And losing Con is really bad there because he is their kind of big power punch to solidify these kills. He's back in play right now. But Darker pressure. But Red get the bell. They couldn't contest it. They couldn't hold it. And Badaka falls. Pain neutralizing the Bazaar. Mio has been driven away. Maybe he could die. He could maybe end up dying here. See if they can hold on. He's going for the heal. He has full Shroud, though, so he should be fine. Badaka maybe being revived, but no. Vibran sums out. Oh, yeah, and the bell is up again. Oh, so it's going to be a double bell. If Blue had won this, they'd have got the double bell, but they're losing it, so they're going to lose this double bell, unfortunately. Con is here, and the bell is still nice. It'll be 75 points for Blue. But they aren't going to win that. This Dragon Hunter just eviscerated by Pain and Vibrana. That is going to be the end of this game. Ouch. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Place your predictions now. The map is going to be Kylo. Is where we're at. So that's another very linear map. Very team fight focused. No secondary objective to speak of. And I've got to say, that is honestly not what Blue wants to see. Right? You know, this is, no, okay, yeah. This is just great, Hell, so you'll enjoy this. Very confusing. So, we have Draza here on the blue team. Yeah, even Helse is confused. Right, we have Draza here. The DP Thief, shortbow. And on the blue team, we have Dra, this player here. They are not the same person. Very different people. It's not the multi-boxing. But there you go. Yeah, we've got to get Cole back in. I want to see Quarantine Crusaders come back. I completely agree. Like, you know, Cole's gone to play League of Legends. I mean, this is just... Yeah, it's shameless. Absolutely shameless. Can you imagine League of Legends? Ooh. Unbelievable. Anyway, then. You make your predictions now. Win your pointless channel points. But here we go. It's going to be the big clash, right? This is going to be... double Necro versus the single Necromancer with the Holosmith, right? So, if the blue team wins... Okay, you guys are going to like this. If the blue team wins, this confirms that Necro is actually underpowered and needs buffs. Real. That's actually real. Yeah. Really interesting tech choice, by the way, guys. Is that you have the side node Necromancer, which is going to be Koyun. She's going to be taking more of the side node duelist role here. And she's playing Well of Darkness. Again, just massive self-peel. Very, very strong ability. And Gornet, again, he is going to play the core, as I predicted. And it's going to be with Well of Corruption. Just for even more teamfight pressure. Massive teamfight pressure. So again, to reiterate, it's Dra on Power Herald. Cookie Queen on Duelist Core Necromancer. Gornet on teamfight focused Core Necromancer. Fly on DP Roaming Thief. And Adelante here on the Support Guardian. On the blue team, it's Frey on the first Necromancer. On the regular core Necromancer here. Draza on the DP Thief. Boicerino on the Power Herald. Zan, the Bandman on Nade Hollow. And finally, Misha, also known as the Master of Disaster on Support Guardian here. Let's see if they can actually get this monthly AT title back under their belts here. A feather in their caps, see if they can make it work in these team fights. Because that's what this game is all going to be about. This one is going to be bloody. It's going to be a brutal team fight. And Blue already actually getting a really nice maneuver. Draza very quickly, dived to the windmill, decapturing that. And now they're just going to start 5v5 with a very favorable map state. A very small optimization that Blue made here. And yeah, as you can see, even for... Oh, this is disastrous for Red. This is horrific. And that is the punish. That's the rotation there that you see. Very nice. That was basically all, Draza forces the Necro to move. Honestly, the Necro probably shouldn't have gone, to be honest. But regardless, getting that decap, getting that 2-cap basically in their favor as Red Team played very safe, then disconnecting one Necromonster in the team fight, and this is going to be brutal. That was a massive punish. A huge punish, actually, from rank 55 Gentlemen. They find Adelanti, and they could get more than this, too. Because this, again, is a very snowbally linear map. Dra coming back off respawn, but Cookie Queen in trouble. Very low HP here, and that is going to be the end of her, too. Gornet can't really do much about that. Support Gun will be back off respawn soon, but not in time to get that revival, and this is an absolute catastrophic start so far for the Red Team. Ultra Numb and friends just getting absolutely obliterated here. And there's the triple cap now set up. Fly doing his best to be annoying, moving across the map, neutralizing points, but... Ooh, yeah, that does not bode well for the rest of this game. Goodness me. It's a slight rotational error. Moving that second Necromancer away. And you can see how fast it snowballs in a very teamfight meta, particularly on this map. Because the thing about Kylo, if we just zoom out, honestly, Red, they need to AFK. Look, I'm not going to comment because they should not be playing right now. They need to be AFK. They are going to get farmed, right? The blue team is very experienced. They're going to play hyper-aggressive. They're just going to keep farming. Right, yeah, and Red recognizes this now. They're trying to back off. They're trying to get away. They know they need to wait for 5. But if you look at Kylo, guys, look how tiny this map is, right? Look at it. It's very, very linear. You can see that from mid, you can just run right to the windmill, and you can run directly to the mansion. Very, very linear. Additionally, you can get spawn camped here very easily, because if you look where you're coming out of your spawn, you're basically pushing into these kind of high ground choke point areas here. Here's high ground. Here is high ground, right? Choke point here, choke point, choke point. It's actually kind of difficult to break out once you get snowballed, and we already see Cookie Queen dead here. Could this be a revive? They're going for that revive. That Adelanti might be able to get that. He has the signet. Yep, he does. Does he get interrupted? He actually... Oh, they actually get the hand raise there, but Dra dies for it. I don't want to say it, but this is borderline go next. They need to just completely AFK, fully reset, let Fly move around and stall the game out a little bit and try and deny the point gain. I like this from Fly, getting the decap, but Adelanti falls too. Gornet will almost certainly... Look at this. Look at this. You do not want to see that. It's 4v1. This is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Utter annihilation. Ouch. Yeah, in Red, they're doing it now. You can see Dra, exactly right. He's going to AFK. He needs to just wait for Gornet to come back. Wait for Adelanti to come back. Wait for Cookie, and they just don't push until then. It's going to be a triple cap. They're going to have to eat that. They have to eat the triple cap now. It's the only way. But they need to get out there and just snowball them out. Now, the thing about the game is that that's actually possible. It's not quite as possible as, say, on Legacy, right? But they can do what Blue Team is doing to them. Right? Because obviously they've been smashed right now. Like really hard. Yeah, Flying now making his way back. Adelanti's back. They're going to go for a push towards their closer. Yes, this is exactly what they need to do. And in theory, they can do this. They can actually snowball this. By the way, I really like the choice from Blue to fight here. Right? Don't let them get to a fortified location. Harass them as they try and move. Separate them from Fly. Fighting like right here is so annoying, honestly, because every second that they don't fight on a point, they're losing the game, right? Like, this is very oppressive to them right now. They're trying to push up, but again, they're just getting battered by Blue as they try and make through here. Boys, he's in a bit of trouble, has his glint heal, so he is going to be fine here. But yeah, this is super annoying for Red. They can't break out. And this is what I was talking about earlier, right? It's actually really hard to kind of get that reset. Really nice kill by Fly onto Boyce. Shadow Step Stomp, but no! Oh, that was putrid! Interrupted the Shadow Step Stomp with Steel. And that, well, it doesn't actually help. Because, still, it was good, though. And actually, look, it's what I mean, right? It's certainly recoverable. It's very hard to come back. Very, very vile gameplay, yes. Very disgusting. But there you go. Blue team do actually end up losing this fight. I think the double Necro Muscle really coming through there. Very close fight, I would say, though. So there was a downstate for the red team, but it was revived, whereas Boyce was not. Zan also falling. Problem is, like I said, right? they fought on spawn, right? They fought exactly over here. And this meant that that entire time, even though, yeah, they won that fight, that's great. Well, one, they're about to die because Boyce is already back and they might be able to find Atalante, and they do. A little overeager there with that push, unfortunately. Or not quite as aligned as they need to be. Dude, the Master is us against the self-res. That's quite funny, actually. Misha back in play, but it's very hard to come back. They're so far behind, and they need to stomp every single fight. Nice stomp there as well from Zan, getting that good knockback there from Misha, denying that. This is very tough. Cookie Queen now in the downstate here too. Boyce cleaving that out there with Zan. Misha now moving towards the windmill there. They're going to try and neutralize this node almost immediately. We have the Thief 1v1 fly into Draza over here. Draza a little, a little pressure actually right now. Fly proving his worth for that team fight. I think the big difference you're going to see here is there's no smoke screen for Draza. He's playing the Signet of Agility instead. And this essentially means that Fly is going to have that big pulsing blind field on a relatively short cooldown, which makes it very difficult for Draza to actually 1v1 into this. It's not going to be easy to do that whatsoever. And we actually just might see him leave. He'll probably try and stall this. He won't really commit to the 1v1, though, to actually try and win it, because, again, his build is going to be a bit of an issue for him to actually fight into this. Meanwhile, red team die again. And, yeah, I mean, like, they need to win, right? They need to big win, the entire time, right? Get those wins, keep winning those fights, and that is just not happening. Yeah, red team concede the game, actually. I think, they're maybe waiting for Gauntlet for one last-ditch effort, but I think they know it's over. Yeah, Fly just going for the trap, jumping over here. That is... I've got to say, that's something. That is a brutal game. A brutal, brutal game. And all of that started from just a slight missed team fight. Right? A slight messed up team fight at the start of the game, and it just snowballed out of control from there. Double Core Necro is confirmed bad. Core Necro is officially very, very weak. Holosmith is back on the menu every single time. That's how it works, guys. Every time Hollow is, dropping away, all of a sudden, we see them activate. Zan activates and brings it back. We actually have a really interesting game here, too, actually. Let's take a look at what we have here. We have Aeon. It's the Prestige team once again. Into another one. Red Naxler, ex-Mystic Builds player. Pesbian. Cranel. Big Nox. And Island Boy. Gabriel. I see this guy play a lot of ATs. It's actually, these kind of gamers, they actually juice really hard in these years. It's actually 1 point separate. They're 1 point behind. They're going to grab the middle, though. But Red Nax actually dies for Brian and Benzo. Nuke him from orbit, generating that kill. Mio dies here. However, and Aeon's not in having a good spot either, actually. Tries to contest, does get it. Brian arrives. They want to hold on to their lead. Even if it's only 1 point, they want to hold it. Oh, they get a nice decat there as well. Pain putting in that work. Gets all the way over to the other side of the map there. Being super, super annoying. But Blue do grab themselves the middle node. Meanwhile, we're seeing Cranel look for the windmill. And Aeon does die. Is that revivable? Oh, they need the choking gas. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Cranel may be greeding a little bit for the node, and unfortunately, the revive does come through. They might find that kill again. Can they get it? Oh, Cranel cleaved down, but they do get Aeon. Now he is here, but you can't get on short bow. That might get a resident. Nice steal there to interrupt that revival, and they should be able to find that. And they get for Brian as well. Nice hunt there from Cranel to get that too. And Mio is not having a good time either. His heal got interrupted. He's in trouble here. Does get healed himself up a little bit. Goes for the skill. Does get consume conditions off. Aeon is actually self-resing a little bit, but I very much doubt that's going to happen. Going to be Red Naxler 1v1 into Benzo. It's Lightning Rod, actually, and the Tornado at least is going to knock Benzo away. So it's a little bit problematic for Benzo to deal with that, and that does concede that node. Meanwhile, Blue grabbing mid. This could honestly be a win for Blue here. There's the cap. Can they get themselves into the lead? Ooh, Nox is not in a good spot, though. He's getting absolutely annihilated. That Revenant spike damage with the Thief. Simply too much, and Blue team may have overstayed their welcome a bit on the windmill. If they could get Benzo, that would be good. That would be good enough, though, I think. Can they eliminate this Holo? He does have a Licture S and probably a Shield 5 available. He's trying to cut as much as he can. Gets Leon, does have that Shield 5. And there we have the block coming through, but that is it. Now he really is out of cooldowns. Aeon arrives and does pop some big heals onto Benzo, able to land that very effectively. Some good stuff there. Meanwhile, the red team now looking to re-secure this middle node. They brought their entire team fight. They get it neutralized quickly, but Cranel About to do the same thing over here on the windmill, but Pain very, very aware. That great map awareness immediately responds to that. And in fact, for Brian, going to do the same as well. That does leave this team fight a little bit exposed in favor of blue, as there's no Revenant there. However, Vibran does now turn around and goes back into it. This is going to be it. This is the fight that matters. Blue team is ahead by just around 10 points. They actually do manage to find that neutralization. Of course, Thief v Thief on node will favor the Thief attacking because stealth will automatically decap her over time. And Aeon's not in the fight. She's been shoved away, actually, by Island Boy, the Sikkim Soul Beast. And actually, they're just going to go hard. They want to find Aeon. Really nice knockback, but Pesbian does end up dying there, which is certainly problematic, actually. Aeon gets dropped down. Looks like she's not going to die. Heal skill in a few moments. The Aegis is good, blocking those Heartseekers. Soulbeast really going crazy with those that barrage, those rapid fires, really putting in a lot of damage. Can Aeon hold on? She's really doing her best to try and not be dead, but that is going to be the end of that. Aeon is down. Cranel and Island Boy should be able to find that, I think, with Nox. I think blue might be able to find this game. No support available for red makes it a little bit difficult to actually take this fight. And of course, we have this 1v2. Benzo can't hold that into the core Necromancer. And of course, red Nax of the Lightning Weaver. One node is all blue needs. Bear that in mind. If it goes to timer, they're okay with that. And they do get for Brian as well. Not yet. I like this. Stomp it. Just get it killed. They just want to kill stuff now. Get these kills. Get players off the map so they can actually just like keep this momentum they have. Keep their lead. And they will win this game. Aeon can't make it to go for that Signet. Just barely not able to get here off that respawn. Blue would love to fish for a decap here, but they don't need it. If they could get one more kill, I think this game is theirs. Tornado is big. Stability is fantastic from Aeon. That will keep Mio safe from the turbulent winds of the Lightning Rod Elementalist. Oh, that was a really, really tasty decap there. And yeah, red Nax are kind of going for that aggressive rotation into middle. Does get a little bit punished there, actually, in fact. As that does allow Pain to immediately remove that threat from the map. And in fact, red team winning this team fight. Signet, they're going on to Pesby, and there's no Thief, of course, to interrupt that for sure. So that's going to be the end of that, but they need to start winning now. They need to win this fight. Oh, oh no! Oh, no! Oh, that's actually really unfortunate. Pain actually dies 1v1. Oh, that's actually that's actually disastrous. Is that actually GG? It's close to GG, actually. That's really bad. Maybe Vibrine can grab this node here. They need to make sure it doesn't fall into the hands of blue team. That needs to not happen. Blue going to try and push over to contest this. Oh, this Necro needs support from that Guardian, though, and blue, if they need to win. Oh, no, it's fine, because Pain's going to come back. It's certainly not GG, actually. It's not GG. And yeah, there's the cap. But now the question is, will middle be neutralized here? Because that's going to... Oh, no, and it actually will be. Oh, no. Mio, can he make it? Oh, he doesn't make it. You've got to be kidding me. Teams just not being quite aware. But Pain, yeah. Oh, no. Pain might be able to save this. No, he's going to go back, actually. Oh, this is really sweaty. Insanely sweaty game, actually. Blue must hold on, and Cranel's going to get it. He finds the decap. Pain and Vibrine, they're going to go for it, but that lures them away from the team fight, guaranteeing that nothing's going to go on over here on the clock tower. If Cranel dies, it's actually really bad because they're exactly 5 points. If they actually manage to get themselves a kill, that will force into overtime. Then it's really anyone's game. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, my God. Overtime. Aeon stomps. They can't die. It is going to overtime right now. Oh, no. No. Red team wins on kills. This is catastrophic. They have to revive this. They must do it. Cranel trying to hold 2 players here. But his team actually lost outnumbered. And that's it. The kill wins the game. 1 kill in it. Right at the last second. Couldn't quite hold. And Prestige win by 3 points. They get away with it. Ooh. Wow. Do not. Let's just take a look. Let's Forest. Good map. Good map. Let's spectate Skelling's gameplay. Here we go. Skelling, Renegade Gamer. Shortbone, Staff, Berserker Amulet with Rune of the Dolyak. Here he is, Jester. Feedman Jester here, guys. Here he is, the Mighty Princess Wand. Big Eye Sylvari. Scepter Dagger with the Staff. Rune of Ore, carrying Amulet. Sokos. Here he is, Sokos, one of the most legendary players, one of those powerful leeches I've ever seen in Guild Wars 2. Cranel top 1 leaderboard. Dude, Cranel rank 1 legend right now. When is Quaggan's reform? When is Quaggan's reform, dude? Seriously. I want to see it. We need him back. We need Cranel in play immediately. He's been grinding. Holy shit. 185 wins. 117 losses. Crazy. Is it BBC stable? Balanced and recommended nowadays? Stable? No. Balanced? That's alright. Recommended? Yeah, sure. PvP's fun. But there you go. Let's see how this one's going to go here. We have a very weird composition. We have Necromancer, Scourge, Dragon Hunter, Druid, the USSR here. Okay? Here, get your K comrades out, guys. Okay, apparently Druids, Druids stand for communism right here. I love to see that. And also we have a base Ranger. So, I mean, the red team's comp is weird as well. There's no support. And honestly, they barely have a duelist now. I guess, well, actually that's not true, is it? Wait, is it? It is actually true. Yeah, I mean, they have a big team fight, though, and they are going to dominate the team fight. And if they can do that, they should just win the game off the bat, I think. Is that like Rune of Sanctuary? What the hell is that? Wait, yeah, there's like, oh, wait, is that Blood Bank, actually? Wait, what? Yeah, this guy's playing Blood Bank. Very, very weird. It means that whenever you get revived, you also get some barrier on your downstate body. Very, very unusual if you go ahead and use that ability. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that Red need to do here, they need to understand where they need to be. They need to actually control the map, because they don't really have anyone assigned to doing that. They should probably put Sokos or Jester on side node duty. It shouldn't be Skelling. Like, Skelling doing that, I mean, it's correct that he does this now, obviously, but they need to assign someone to actually handle this. Otherwise, they will actually kind of lose a lot of points. The Thief does actually win the 1v1. He needs, oh, this is a cheat. He needs to heal, though. Can't downstate here. If he downstates, it's really bad. Because, of course, the Ranger will be able to self-res, and the Thief can't really do that, and will lose the downside battle. But, yeah, Red should win this. The enemy team are a bunch of peepos. Right, let's go and take a look at some other games. Ooh, I think there are actually two pretty interesting ones here. Actually, I think, I would say that Team Copium into Ancient Contest will be interesting. Let's just take a brief look at Prestige into Draw. Let's take a look at this. So, on the Red team, it's going to be Aeon. Oh, do we join in? She gets liched. Double Necromancer, bringing the pain. Poor old Mio. He's in trouble now. Tries to get away, but Red team up the sides. And I think that it's almost got to be the play. That's got to be the game plan here for Red. I think they don't want to directly fight this. Like, with their comp, they're going to get battered. Although, having said that, you know how we say that, oh yeah, they're going to get battered with the Holo Rev? You know who didn't get battered? Yeah, that's right. Rank 55 Gentleman completely crushed the team fight of Blue, and they were, again, using that Holosmith and using the Revenant. There you go. Hey, Canadian Wiz, thanks for the host, man. I appreciate it. Oof, it's a little interesting. It's a little bit interesting on this one. But we'll see if Red Team can get away with this. They're doing a good job so far, but again, like, this is the Doom. This is where it gets a little bit scary. So, in the opener, you know, things can get very unstable, particularly if you play safe. You play safe with the Necros here. You're going to get out on the map. You're going to get some work done, right, and then slowly take control of it. Like, and Red Team needs to prevent that from happening, and this is a really good way to do that. Like, getting this kill on Cooking is great. Like, getting a kill here and there, making sure that they can never get their full blob is perfect. They do trade it for Brian on the other side of the map. But the issue is here is that Blue Team are just going to, like, sit on two nodes and then decut when they can and just have this absolute rock solid hold on the game. And even though Red is ahead right now and they even get themselves a double cap, if Blue can get themselves into a stabilization position, then all of a sudden it's going to be very hard to break out of that for the Red team. Because again, I think that their composition in this match will give them the edge in these team fights. Now, this is interesting. We actually see a bit of a push to the other side of the map here from Kugman. It is her close node, as you can see, right? The Henge is actually the Blue team spawn, but doing that solo into two players is certainly a pretty scary proposition. The Thief there of Flag does arrive in time, and now this turns into a pretty damn good fight here for the Blue team. The Necromancer here is going to be very oppressive to deal with for the Thief and the Holosmith. Of course, Benzo in a little bit of trouble there, gets pressured very heavily there by Fly. Fly will certainly be looking for that kill. However, a lot of damage actually came there from the nades. All the supply gate is huge. That might be a kill on the Cooking. It is. There is an S-Stomp available if Benzo wants to go for that. He's not going to, though. Wants to kind of bleed it out a little bit because it is their node anyway. He's not in a rush. He's simply going to cleave that out before moving to the other side of the map. But that's a really big kill there. And you've got to be so careful on Necro. Like, Necro is one of those builds where you do have to be very worried really, because if you do die, if you do get isolated on it, it's very difficult to disengage, right? There's no real disengage, particularly without the Fleshworm, and it's quite common to not run Fleshworm anymore. So Necromancer is one of those professions where you have to be super careful about where you rotate a lot of the time, because you can get punished very, very hard, and this is looking good for Prestige. Like, they are losing a kill over here, and I think Aeon is very, very done for too, but Pain is going to yoink the decap. They trade that for 2 kills, maybe not the best deal in the universe, to be honest, but they are maintaining this lead. This is what they need to do. They need to keep the game unstable. Pain being really annoying here too. He might go for a lot of stalling here into Gauntlet. Again, denying those Necros from rotating as much as possible is exactly what they want to do here. Benzo has been driven away by the respawns. Flyers here. With Cookie Queen, he can't 1v2 this. Ooh, he doesn't want to die here. Let's see if he can get out. Very nice knockback. Gets his heal. He should be good here, I think. I don't see the Thief killing that. Immobilize does come through, of course. From Fly, a little bit of a stealth attack there, guys. Stealth attack gaming, lands that. Not quite enough to secure the kill, but Blue, now they are looking to try and get the stabilization. They're all alive. They've all been alive for a good amount of time. Can they keep that going? Adelante has full cooldowns here, really. You know, we'll be able to use renewed focus. So he's pretty stable here for the time being. Aeon going for the node cap here. We could see Adelante teleport onto that to try and deny that. And here we go. This is where things are going to get potentially worrisome, because Blue Team can now start locking in their opponents to their side of the map and just getting point after point after point. I like this here from Pain. He's out on the map. That does once again get neutralized. And it's difficult. This is where the double Necro comp can actually be a little bit difficult. You do need to make sure that you are looking after that side node, right? If you don't look after that side node, then you do end up in trouble. And it's hard to do that, right, when you're typically siding on Necromans, because you are quite slow. You don't have any mobility or port skills. And Red again pick up 2 caps. Good greed there from Pain. I honestly, yeah, he's going to go for a decap on middle here as well. He's going to get it too. And Blue maybe zerging a lot. They're zerging a lot right now, and they aren't able to keep up with Red. Red is kind of making this work. Despite having difficulties in getting kills and winning these fights, they're able to hold this game very, very well. It's very frustrating, I think. You know, frustrating to deal with here for Blue. They're just trying to solidify it. But, you know, the Red team is denying it. They're doing a very, very good job of denying it. Draw in a bit of trouble. Pain and Benzo. Oh, wow, that was a little bit scary. That could have almost been a falling damage situation. Fly is down, gets revived up, though. Gets signated by Adelante. And will re-engage this fight. And in fact, Mio is unbelievably low. He's got about 5% health outside of Shroud. This might be a kill here. Is there a signet available from Aeon? Aeon is here. Here comes the thing. Does it get interrupted? It actually does. Good interrupt there. They're going to go for the hand res, but the stomp comes out there from Adelante too. So this is going to be another collapse fight in favor of Blue. And the gap is starting to close a little bit. Red hanging on. Benzo 1v1 into Gauntlet. And Pain again. Look at this. They've got to stop this happening. This is brutal. Again. Look at that, guys. We see a decap on the mine. And that's going to waste time on Cookie Queen here. It's going to deny the point gain. I've got to say, Red Team, they're going big. They're going really, really well here. They even find a kill on Cookie Queen too. Mio going for the stomp. Does he get it? He does not. Good interrupt there. By Dra to deny that into the revival here. Should come through, I believe. Although, wow, actually, there's a lot of cleave here. Like, the Rev, the Thief, and the Necro might be enough. In fact, they might end up dying there as well. Dra in trouble off that, and Adelante very, very pressured. Lich there from Mio. This is scary. But Adelante does actually successfully renewed focus himself, I believe, and heal everyone up. Drawn out of the woods yet. Does he have his heal skill? Yes, he does. And looks like Blue are going to win this fight. Ah, Big Benzo. He did die there. That's not good at all. As Fly, we now got that, and we're starting to get towards that. This might be a bit of a turning point in this game in terms of the momentum. Red are slowly losing it. Blue are just being, they're like a slime, right? Okay, just slowly cloying and slowing down the Red team, and this could be it. Dra holding on, but this fight, it's slowly going towards Blue. They have the outnumber here. They get it. That is a big, big turning point. A really, really big turning point, actually. That might be the break that Blue need to actually get ahead in this game. Pain again, doing his best. He won't find middle here, though, as Fly is on the other side of that, already moving towards it. Might see another far push here from Benzo going for the henge, but Red just lost everything there, like in one big decisive fight. And that's how it can work, you know. If you are going to play that roaming style, it can all crumble to dust almost instantaneously in the same way that you didn't win the team fights. It was kind of the opposite of what happened at the start of the game for Blue, right? They just weren't getting anything done. They were getting kills, but they couldn't convert them. And, the other side of that is if they can, well, then it goes very, very nicely. And they get Vibrine again, too. Ooh, that ain't good. Mio trying to decap this. And Fly already here on the henge. Benzo's going to go for that push over there. They're going to try and split this map in two, but there's the lead. Look at that flat line. Ouch. Okay, brutal there. About halfway through this game. Andy going for the res onto Cookie Queen. Does get it too. The stop did not come through in time. No steal available there for Pain, unfortunately. And I think this is almost going to be a bit of an abandoned fight for the red team. They're going to have to try and stall this, but they're not going to commit to it. Good decap here from Pain. Might even green for the full cap as Fly is being kind of tied up a little bit here by Verbrian on the other side of the map. If Aeon and Mio can hold it, it's amazing. Oh, Mio does fall off there a little bit. Needs to be a little careful. If they control this node and preferably keep it neutral, or at least keep it, keep a few players here and like slow this down, that's going to be what they needed. Particularly if we see Gorna end up getting bursted down by the Thief. But it's going to be very hard to do. Look, that Thief damage, that Revenant damage is converging onto Aeon. She does not have renewed focus anymore. Very, very low. Does have a knockback. Does get value out of that. Has a port. Oh, that's a really good port, actually. Gets to the Necromancer. Looks for the kite, but no, I don't think she can make it in time. Has the heal. Does get it off. It's good kiting here by Aeon. Has a port again soon, but no, it's not quite enough. Was that worth? That's the question, though. It might not be horrible. Mio's still alive. They're going to have to deal with Aeon before moving, but Red really wants to get a kill here. They need to. Oh, I don't think they can get Gorna or Atalanta either. It's not going to happen. They do have the double cap here. Pain will be able to hold on to that for a while. We have Mio going in there being super annoying. We'll begin this 1v1 into his opponent here. Cookie Queen might even force a response from the opponents. There's the Lich. This could be big. Decap here for Mijo would be really, really nice. Can he make that work? Can he get this decap? For Brian stalling here, gets there right at the last second. He has to concede it, though, I think, very soon. Pain arrives. Benzo is here. Can he get on? No! He does not get onto the node in time, but this is huge. Mio wins the 1v1. That's massive. And they'll be able to secure that pretty quickly. Fly gets the henge decap. Red team in the lead again. Dude, this is going to be one of these like really degen beast games almost, right? That could be really, really disgusting if that is happening there. But there's the cap. It comes down to this. Blue team, I think, are going to win this fight. I'd almost want to see Red disengage this and just, again, try and get that split. Push the henge, because otherwise this is going to happen, right? We're going to see this instant cap here, and Blue will probably win. Now, if they can outnumber, then they're in business, and they are going to try and do that, actually. This could be big. Now, Mio's here. Now, I think what we're going to see here is Fly leave. Oh, Fly might die to Connie, though, actually. No, he leaves. Yeah, I loved it. Yes. See, Mio predicted this. However, the Thief went back actually immediately, but Gorna actually died on mid. Red team are going to win this game. Yeah, because Cookie Queen isn't here. The outnumber is enough to generate that win as that rotation comes through. The delayed cap there, or the delay from capping that node from the Necromancer is not enough. They need a beast now, I think. Otherwise, they're in a really tough spot. Blue's got one more shot. They've got to make this happen right now. Fly disengaging. Pain just standing guard on this node. He knows that holding this is going to be a real thorn in the side. Gornet is arriving now. He should be able to neutralize that. But I think it might be a beast play here. I think breaking mid will be too slow. I don't think they have time to break mid before the game ends. Benzo and Pain, yeah. And now that Benzo responds, because of course Gornet could decap this. But with Benzo here, that's very unlikely to happen. 2 minutes on the clock and less than, 41 points to go. Blue, can they get the decap here? Maybe. I don't think Cookie can decap Mio. It will take too long. If she even wins the 1v1, of course. I mean, that's not a done deal. Pain gets that neutralization. Yeah, that's GG. That's it. There's nothing to contest this. Even if everything gets decapped, no one can contest Pain right now. They won't be able to make it there in time, and that will be a free full cap, and that will end the game. Huge play there, right? Like, very nice rotations from Red, really being where they need to be and just denying a lot of the value from this devastating teamfight composition of the blue team. Fly eliminated here too, and that really does end the game. That will be 5 points too many for this game, but actually it doesn't matter because that is the end of that regardless. Wow. There you go. Let's see, the Andreas game. Frey into Andreas. Wait, who actually won that? Who won? Wait, did Andreas actually win that? Wow. Wait, is that what I saw there, guys? Because I believe that was... Wait, Frey was on the top name, right? And I think Andreas was the bottom name. So I actually believe that... Andreas actually won that game. Maybe. That's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. But there you go. 420 for the blue team. Then we've got one more round. One more round of gaming here. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Elias Raiden Party is so historical, though. It is. I agree with that, but I think it is it's time to move on. You know, the era of elitist raiding party is done. It's time for something new, right? It's time for something new. So, this game is interesting. I think this is more of like just a meme game, to be honest. I think that Red will crush this pretty hard. Yeah. It's going to be a 3-node push right off the bat. Cracked God XXX XD. This could well be a bit of a 3-0 unless blue team gets mid right now, actually. Simply because of this is a very strong team on red. Looks like blue will actually get mid. They aren't really able to commit to all 3 nodes at the same time. But I do think that red will kind of dominate this game pretty hard. I would expect this 1v1 to go in favor of and you. And then after a few kills go out there, I think it will snowball pretty extreme fairly shortly here. Zelda in a bit of trouble. Pack Wax here about to burst. And this is actually the burst build here. Domination, Illusions, and Mirage is the specialization being used by Pack Wax here. Zelda actually doing a good job of kiting here. Getting away pretty effectively right now. But there you go. That is going to be the end of that. The cleave is coming down. Signet was actually countered. Nice little blink stomp there as well from Packwax to finish the job. This Guardian's now in a huge amount of trouble, and we'll simply see the team fight push after that. Spocker is in trouble. Gets Holosmith down here a little bit, but I think he will actually be able to hold. Gets the blind well down. That should be good enough to keep him alive, at least for the time being. Or gets some good life steal there. The healing is there, and has some Shroud too. There it is. Gets the Fear in the Hole. That actually is very dangerous. This Holosmith there. Gucci Braids in a little bit of trouble. Tries to get away, but that is going to be a kill. And yeah, red team now starting to take control. Warrior in trouble in the 1v1 against Anu. Does get reinforcements, but as you can see, kills are happening. The red team is winning. Let's go and examine a different game instead. Here we go. Frey versus Prestige. This could be an interesting one. A very, very interesting one. Because the problem here is that they out-rotated their previous opponents. No question about that. Prestige, they played Conquest a lot better than the Draw team. Now, the problem is, I think that is significantly less likely to happen into this team. This team, some of the most, most experienced players in the entire game when it comes to rotation and understanding the map. Okay? And, yeah, this could be a little brutal, right? It could be a little brutal here, guys. We'll see. Hey, Casey and this is the Prime, man. I appreciate it. Hey, with a new prediction? Yeah, what's your new prediction? But here we go. Red will have a good start. Well, that, that's a bold statement. I mean, honestly, I want to see it. But I do think it will be very difficult for Red to do too much here. Again, I think that we already saw how devastating the team fight was. And it is actually a full mirror comp, funnily enough. They're playing the exact same builds here. But these are both good players. Both these teams are extremely high skill. But blue team, in their previous matchup against that Draw team, they showed themselves to be on another level. Right? They really did. And again, like, these players are very good. You know, you have actually, you have Master of the Arena winners. Boyce, Zan, Misha won the original Master of the Arena. They are the, essentially the champions of Guild Wars 2 in terms of PvP. If by good start you mean getting one node, does that count, Halsa? There's getting like a single node and getting some points. I mean, that's good. It certainly is a better opener this time for the non-blue team. But let's see how these fights go, because these fights are where things actually matter, right? Like, it's going to be who wins these fights that's going to dictate this. Draws are already moving off to set that score back to even where it should be. Is he going to agree for the cap? He actually is. Frey is actually 1v2 here and actually might end up dying. I don't know how, Hels is maybe seeing the script here, but a nice rotation from Misha will end up shutting this down. And will basically force these players away. Like, this 2v2 is not really going to be worth dealing with here for the Holosmith and the Thief. Pain might come in, and we might see Benzo again just try and keep this 1v1 going. That's exactly what he's going to do. And again, the Thief leaves. Misha's going to follow that. Although, having said that, Frey, honestly, on the hunt for blood right now, really looking for this kill into Benzo. Won't be able to get it, though. Benzo a little bit too speedy. Red team grab the middle node. Boyce and Draza very heavily pressured, but they do now have that dragon node set up there. Meanwhile, Misha coming in to try and support Boyce as much as he possibly can. The Brian very low. They're both trying to use their star 5. Interrupts coming through. Boyce actually does die. Signet's going down. Boyce is now back up, no interrupt available, and let's see if they can now turn that around onto Vibran. Vibran getting a bit chopped here. Is he going to go down? Yes, he is. The Signet was actually, it was kind of cancelled there by Aeon, so you might get that. She does. Both Signets now have been used. The next person to die is probably dead for good. Let's see if that's going to happen. It's going to be Aeon getting caught in the crossfire there. The massive damage there from Boyce is going to cleave her down, and Vibran is going to fall there too, and you can just see this team fight is going to collapse a little bit. Pain does neutralize the dragon over here, and Frey does start leaving, and that allows Benzo to kind of sneak back over there and neutralize that. But again, this fight completely collapses. It'll probably be another kill too. Mio in trouble. I think, yeah, he's just going to die on node, I think, at this point. He probably knows he can't really get away from this in a realistic way. Like, Zan is just going to nade him to the app, and he's going to die on node. They can't knock him off, so does immediately force the storm. It's a nice play there by Mio to understand that, but blue team has now started to really take control. Again, I think I want to see a reset here from red. They need to re-push, but yeah, the fight was a little close. Boyce did go into the downstate. You know, the Herald is going to be a prime target, so that's what you would expect. Both players were focusing the Herald, trying to take out Vibran and Boyce, who dies first. Oh, but buffs are coming up, and nice awareness here. And Draza might even be able to very quickly yoink the sword buff too. That's a massive damage. It's 20% damage increase for everyone. The shield not only allowing Boyce to basically get a free res on himself, also giving everyone on the team a massive boost to toughness and vitality. I mean, red team struggled in the fight without these buffs, with essentially a massive increase in power, free storm and free to revive. This isn't winnable anymore for red. There's no way they're winning these fights. It's just not going to happen. And of course, it means that Zan and Misha can hold out outnumbered even more. They're even pushing this outnumber. They're not just holding it. They want to actually try and win it. In fact, they're looking to play aggressively into this Revenant to pressure that Revenant while they wait for the Necromancer and the Herald of their own to arrive. Boyce now in play here. We are going to see a bit of a thief off here. Draza into Pain. The sword buff could honestly be big here, actually. The sword buff here from Draza is massive because it's so much extra spike damage that can really be a problem for Pain in that 1v1 environment. But meanwhile, on the other side, Zan is in a little bit of trouble here. Where is Misha? Misha is on him right now, but for Brian, it might be in more trouble. There is the kill. There is a Signet from Aeon. Very good Signet. Is that going to get in trouble? No, it is not. And Boyce is actually, he's okay, right? He's actually got the Glint heal. He'll probably pop that relatively soon. No, he's actually going to save it for his next rotation into Glint. And for Brian, again, under pressure. And yeah, there's the double tap on the F2 from Boyce, getting that kill. And Aeon can't revive that anymore. Yeah, there will be there's no knock available, actually, so they do need to cleave this. But with Zan available, I don't think Aeon can realistically get the F-press. Surprisingly close, actually, but she's going to end up giving her life for the cause there. Meanwhile, Thief 1v1 is happening with 2 kills on the board, but this game is kind of over. This is tough. This is really tough. And Drazi, yeah, he is winning this 1v1. And he actually confirms it as well. He confirms the win for that 1v1 just straight up. He just wins it. Yeah, that's big. You know, of course, that would have been a nice win for Pain if that had happened, but sadly, it did not. Like, the buffs really putting in a lot of work there. And, of course, excellent play by Draz himself to find that 1v1 into a player as good as Pain on that Thief. Both are in the same build, neither of them running with the smoke screen, going with the Signet instead of that. But, yeah, this is game. I mean, this is bad, right? You can see the red team, just for kind of a bit of an interesting point, the red team you can see is very pinned, and I do like this. This is kind of the mark of an experienced team. Can you see what red team's trying to do? They're trying to split this. They know they don't want to fight them all at the same time, right? They want to split the map up. They're going to try and slow it down. For Brian with the DK on mid, Pain doing the same thing over here on the line. Like, this is what they need to do, because they can't just AFK and do nothing, right? Because they're losing the game too hard. They can't just let a 3-cap stand where they've only got 50 points. They know they've got to try and do something, but they need to do it in a way that it's going to be annoying and maybe cause some misrotations. Force the red team to rotate, basically, is what they want. Force the blue team to rotate. Problem is Aeon is totally isolated. She's dead now to Boyce and Zan, and yeah, they get the double cap, but it's not going to help. Realistically, it's not going to do much. You know, Frey is already dealing with Benzo. Will force the decap. I think Misha actually doesn't need to be here. Maybe he's expecting the Thief to be lurking around here a little bit, or the Revenant to come in. He is going to leave now. Misha's restabilizing that real quick. Pain going to go for the sword buff. Boyce already in play. Draza will get the shield for free. Very nice objective awareness. Like, this is great objective awareness, to be honest, from the blue team. They're really on those buffs immediately. Elixir S will force the decap here. That's going to get neutralized. Double 1v1 here for Brian into Draza and Boyce into Pain on both sides here. might end up being pretty infinite, I think, actually. I think the Rev probably... Oh, wait. Pain actually fell there. Ooh, that was very close. Boyce nearly managed to yoink that. This could take a very long time, though, to be honest. Like, the Thief might be able to kill... well, the Thief should be able to kill the Revenant eventually for the flat-out 1v1. Oh, and Boyce nearly winning his 1v1, actually. Having said that, yeah, we always talk about this, guys. Okay, yep, there it is. Okay, listen, the other day, people in my chat said Thief is unwinnable 1v1 but for Rev, by the way. Okay, that was actually here. So, some Rev players actually openly said unwinnable 1v1. Boyce wins it on 100% HP into Pain, and that's how it works. Simple as that. That's not good. That's quite bad, but Boyce certainly demonstrating his power level in terms of a duelist there. Gets the job done and finishes it. Oh, Andraza wins his 1v1. You can see the other end of that 1v1 there too. Draza wins his 1v1 into Vibrian, and of course, Boyce won his into Pain. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys, like, this is probably the best team in the game right now on blue. Like, this roster is pretty unstoppable, right? Pretty damn brutal here. Very, very tough to really beat there. I mean, hey, hopefully they stick around for EOD so they can give us some good content there. But, yeah, that's it, I guess. Let's go look at another game. Not much going down there. Ooh, Andres versus Dara Slice. Is that intense? Yo, just thank you there with the Prime. Let's go. Yeah, you got them right. Let's go. And Zacchaeus X there with the Prime. Hype train, guys. Let's get a hype train going. Let's get some gifted subs, you know. Get a few primes, you know, a little juice. The best goes, but that's true, actually, Kenny. That is true, yeah. That is true. All right, then. Hello, loading game. Let me in. Let me in. Ooh, not really a close. It's a little close. It's a little close, but it's 400, so it's not that close. Realistically, Red has won this game. It will be pretty hard for Blue to come back. Do we have anything that we want to look at here? Wait, Skelling lost. Skelling is a feed man. Exposed. Frey's going to win there. Ancient Containers won there. Lisa won there. Incognito Legendaries. And, oh, actually, they actually put up a fight there. 284 to 502. Very impressive there by the Crownal team. They did a really good job, actually, into the Prestige team, of course, that we saw. Oh, I think we might as well look at this game. There's not really much else going on. So let's just go take a look. Let's see if Blue can make a comeback. If Izzy should be able to actually get the Z-cap, which is really good. Maya will have to stealth, and that will, of course, force the node to go back to the neutral state. So let's see. It's this. This is it. This fight is the last fight in the game. If Blue can win, they can actually make a comeback. Ah, lovely kiting there by Con. Yeah, look at that. Lovely use of that Guardian F2 to get over to this kiting terrain. Can they do it? They need to break this somehow. It's hard. Not impossible. Okay, so what are they going to look for? They're looking for Sakaya, by the looks of that, or potentially Benny. Oh, look at that, though. You're so squishy on that Dragon Hunter. Really, really squishy. Oh, the nades there. Yeah, I think Sakaya finds this. The knockback was blinded, unfortunately. Saber is aware, gets the signet, does get it, and Blue has sides. Okay, they're holding mid-neutral. Now they need to get some kills, though. Red are starting to spread out the map. Maya already moving over here. The fight is kind of rotating with it, though, as Con is available. Might just push the 1v1 into the Thief. He's not quite able to stay in these team fights. Sakai just lurking around. Oh, no! The no-scope! Ooh. Con just could not get out of combat, unfortunately. And then and Izzy dies. Ooh, that's not good. That is the opposite of good, and that is very, very bad indeed. Nick is Supreme Forklift Operator, so Nemesis is in a bad position. That's true. That is true, guys. This player here, Brainpacker, is actually known for being a powerful member of Forklift Operators, guys, okay? Forklift Operators, my friends. Of course, the only remaining legacy. The remaining legacy of Big Man Tyrone. It's the only one available, I'm afraid, my friends. There you go. Red team will conclude this game, and I think after this, we may well be going to the elimination phase of the tournament. Is this the 6th game? It's either the 5th or the 6th game. I'm not sure which one it is, but we'll see very, very shortly. A good fight there by Blue. You know, I think a very powerful team, actually. But the red team just kept their cool there, made sure they restabilized the game, got those kills, and secured it. There you go. That is it. Okay. I think we're going to go to Elims very, very shortly. I think there are no more games left over. Oh, yep, Elims are here. Let's see what our top 8 are and what the matches are going to look like. What are they going to be? Who is up? So, Frey into Mind Over Meta. That is, unsurprisingly, I think going to be extremely favorable towards Frey. Team Copium into Ancient Glares. That could be interesting, actually. Andreas in... Oh, they actually get a rematch. They get a straight rematch, actually, into the same team they just beat here. So that could be an interesting match to watch. And Prestige into Dra. I think the most exciting game is going to be Prestige into Dra. Let's go check it out right now. Let's examine the situation, my friends. Here we go. Yo, it's your boy Kenny there, gifting a sub, starting the hype train too. What a perfect time to start the hype train into the grand finals. The grand finals. Ooh. Ooh. All right, then. So, what does semifinals look like here? Assuming that we get the same result as last time, I think it's going to be Frey into Team Copium. I would assume Frey into Team Copium for semis. And then, again, the same result, right? Like Andreas into Badaka. So I assume it will be Andreas versus, I believe, wait, who won last time? I think it was very close, right? Did Prestige just barely lose into Draw? Oh, wait, did we not see that much? I don't know, guys, okay? I have no idea about what's happening here, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, then. Let's see what map it is. Ha ha. What better way to start off the elimination rounds than to go to Temple of the Silent Storm? Ooh, very, very nice indeed. All right, then. So, on the red team, we have Adelante Support Guardian, Fly on the Thief, Double Core Necromancer from Gornet and Cookie Queen, and Dra. Running out on the Herald. On the blue team, it's going to be Benzo on Grenade Hollowsmith. Mio on Core Necromancer. Pain on Thief. Brian on Herald. And Aeon on Support Guardian. Now, the interesting thing here is that, again, like, blue are a little bit quicker, right? They can certainly rotate a bit faster than their opponents. And, again, this is the map where that can be punished. It's a very big map, a lot of terrain to climb around to get to these nodes, 5 objectives. So you can get punished very heavily for a missed rotation. You know, if you aren't where you need to be, that can be very, very scary indeed. Okay, so let's get this going, my friends. Here we go. Starts in 5 seconds. Which team is going to be going onwards? Wait, hang on. Ooh, Ben. Oh, hang on. Wait, I mean, this is... I presume this is a bait. Is this a bait? This could be bit. This is a big play. It is not a bait. Benzo has activated the source. They're going to play Ultra Giga Troll build and really just try and push 3 here. Here it comes. We are actually seeing Core Necromancer from Benzo. Here it is. Sorry, Core Hollow. Core Engie. Core Hollow. Sage Amulet. Rune of the Dolyak. Decap Engie. Medkit. Mine for the knockback. Battering Ram for the knockback. Slick Shoes and Crate. This is a big play. So blue are just going to concede the team fight and purely focus on just splitting their opponents and trolling. Let's see if that works. The red team actually responds to Benzo. He might die here. He can get those little bandages. They're actually really powerful. They cure all your condies. I think he is going to die here. No one can get to him in time. Yeah, the red team kind of see through that plan. I think they responded to, maybe expected a push like that to come through potentially, like realizing that they're going for this decap build alongside the support. You know, I'm surprised they didn't just put, well, I guess Aeon, if Aeon goes Druid, then they don't really have a support, right? And I think they want to have at least a little bit of support there to stabilize some of these fights and stall them out, I guess. So they didn't want to fully commit, but yeah, this is a very, very interesting approach. Aeon is in trouble here, and I think that initial snowball is a bit rough. I mean, I think we might really see this composition come into its own when we're dealing with, when we're going to be dealing with the objectives up. Then the real splitting can come down, and Red will have to be very careful with where they assign those players. Because again, this is going to be very difficult to actually answer in the 1v1. Like, Benzo is very annoying here for them to deal with. Like, very difficult, I think. Because, like, what can actually kill this in a 1v1? They have to outnumber this, I think, to kill it. Otherwise, it will slowly win the node, much like a Druid. Fly leaving. I mean, Fly obviously not going to 1v1 much stuff anyway on the Thief, but I think this actually might work. I think this can actually work. Let's see if we go here. Cookie Queen in trouble. Getting liched down here by Mio. Knocked away. Low health. Adelanti available for the support. But Blue team doing a good job. I mean, they are going to be losing a lot of players. I wouldn't be surprised if Blue basically got no kills the entire game. Or like maybe like 1 or 2, but not that many. I could certainly see that happening. Simply because of the fact that they don't really have a crazy amount of fight potential. Obviously, like, dropping an entire DPS player is going to really punish them in these fights. They might just win by being in the right place. I think they can start to get kills a little bit later, right? When everyone's a little bit more spread out for stillness and tranquility, that's when you might start seeing a few kills coming through. But to be honest, not until then, really. It's going to be bloody. But don't necessarily look at this and go, oh yeah, Aeon's dying, so it's the end of the world. Look at this. Gauntlet can't answer Benzo. He can't do that. Like, you know, he can, obviously he won't die, right, to the core engineer. But he won't be able to kill it either. And he also won't be able to hold the node. Like, the decap will come through. The battering ram will be too much. It will break through. And that's a very interesting proposition, I think. I think it really is. Very, very interesting indeed. See, Dra getting pressured. Adelanti and Gauntlet are here, though. Another kill on Aeon secured. Mio might be falling. He's just going to go, yeah, for the die on node play here, I think. Maybe he could try and hold on. No, Fly's not going to leave. If Fly was going to leave, then maybe, but Fly's hanging around. Oh, nearly has the heal. Could he somehow hold on? No, 0.5 seconds. Oh, hang on, though. We do see Aeon. She just get the interrupt. Maybe we could see a stability res. Fly going for the shadows or something. That actually might be enough. Oh, that actually is the hand res. Beautiful hand res there by Aeon right off. That is so annoying for Red, actually. It's really irritating. The Lich comes down from Cookie Queen. But with Mio back up, they can stall us. And now we even see Brian move in. Now, Benzo is still here. And again, gets that decap. Gauntlet can't do much into this. The Thief is back. 2 from Pain. Gets the altar. This is only going to get worse, to be frank, guys. This is going to get worse before it gets better. Buffs are going to be up very, very shortly, and when that happens, things are going to get messy. In fact, I believe we already actually did see the buff actually get yoinked. I think it was yoinked by Pain as he moved over. So, yeah, we do see that. We see a bit of point gain coming through. Benzo actually doesn't get this cap, though. So, funnily enough, maybe this build not quite as good as I was, I was hyped. I was like, dude, it's going to fuck this Necro up. Actually, it didn't. It's dying to the Necro. So, maybe not actually that good. Unlucky. Unlucky, dude, okay? He is done. Benzo trying to get this disengage here, but it's not going to be easy to do so. With that, Fly lurking around. Doesn't get the knock, though. That blind up time from the Thief, very potent. Benzo in trouble. Gets a really, really slippery kite. But he's in trouble. He's got to get some help here. His team needs to help him out here a little bit, I think. The fear on him is tough. Oh, I think maybe even dying to falling damage there wouldn't have been a bad idea. Adelanti is dead here in mid, though. That kind of that time wasted on Benzo has converted into map pressure and indeed a team fight victory for the blue team. Adelanti is down and so is Dra. That will be 2 confirmed kills. Pain will immediately match Fly over here on the altar. And again, keeping this going is what they need. Keeping these nodes in check is how things need to happen. Cookie Queen is now going to be in a 1v2 and might actually end up falling. Only has Spectral Recall, doesn't have the Worm right now, so there's the port used. Mio can actually keep this pressure up. That could be massive. Gauntlet is here to actually help out a little bit, but some Shroud is available. Cookie Queen going to drop down there. This could potentially be very scary for actually. Here comes Mio, and there's the fear. There's the knockdown there as well. I think this could be a kill on that Necromancer. Adelanti is actually available. Could maybe get a Signet. They need to clear this. Here he comes. Does he have the Signet? He does. And he gets it. Yeah, nice. Great awareness there from the red support Guardian. You can see this game is really heating up right now. Benzo left to handle the altar right now, but I think they're going to look for another kill. The Signet was used, but can they get her in downstate again for Brian? Potentially about to pounce, but no. Fly comes in. Counter pressures that Herald very, very nicely. Aeon around to do a little bit of damage with those swords, but not quite enough. And in fact, Aeon is the one who is going to fall here as a huge spike comes out from the Revenant, the Thief, and the Necromancer. Pain gets a decap here on altar. It's a very fast-paced game. Gauntlet will have to waste a little bit of time there to get that back. Of course, middle will now be considered by blue. They have to disengage. For Brian falls too. This is just such a weird game. If you look at the score, look at all these kills. Look at all these kills. Red, they're just getting kill after kill. But blue team doing a good job being super annoying and evasive. Benzo already on bottom of. There's no way he can get this, right? No, I think Cookie Queen should be able to make it here. Fairly comfortably, yeah. Cookie Queen recognizes that. Yo, Joe the man gifting us up. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. And here we go. Benzo will now initiate this 1v1 again. He doesn't have kill potential, but of course he won't die. Particularly now that he doesn't have to worry about the objective. He can be a lot more free with the way he's going to position. He just needs to force his Necro. And forcing this Necro out is pretty good. But red team, as you can see, after getting those few kills, getting Vibran and getting Aeon down, they are now having a lot of map control here, a lot of map control. Dra does end up falling, but what can the blue team really do with that? This is a really tough spot for Adelanti to be in. Of course, the Herald will kind of shred him to pieces, but Dra is now back off respawn to support that. 2v2 mirror matchup here on the middle node. Thief of Pain should be able to decap that, but blue need to get something on the board. I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to get it on the board. Big clash of titans here. Mio into Gornet, 1v1 Necromancer off. That is certainly an exciting match to keep an eye on, but basically everything is pretty stable right now. Like, this is just a mirror 2v2, could be relatively stable. Thief 1v1, Pain's going to get that neutral over time. Benzo is not going to do anything here, and neither will Cookie Queen, really. It just comes down to who's going to die, and actually it's going to be Gornet. Gornet actually finds a little bit of an advantage here. He's definitely ahead in this 1v1 pretty significantly. Has his opponent incredibly pressured. Nice dodge on that Fear, and there's a Shroud drop, so this could be Mio's time to strike. Great Fear, though. Here's the Lich. Yeah, this is going to be a scary Lich from Mio. He might just have to eat that. Like, he doesn't really have good ways to avoid this. He may even end up dying here. He's got nothing for this. Yeah, he's going to have to drop and then port back up is going to be his recourse, but honestly, that's going to be tough to do there. I think he kind of has to take it back. He's going to maybe try and get his heal off. Yeah, he does. Gets it, but he's very... Oh, and he gets a blind there as well, so his Fear gets blinded. Oh, he can get his heal. Oh, he gets feared, though. Yeah, his heal interrupted. Pain arrives at the right moment, and blue team actually now have that cap as Pain got that 1v1. Big 1v1 there, actually, by Pain to secure that kill. It's good for blue. So it's mirror 2v2. Slightly, actually, it's very even, actually. Like, Aeon is very pressured, but then again, so is Dra. Slightly different focus targets here, I suppose. Aeon disengaging, leaving Vibran to hold on there for a little bit. A kill advantage is quite nice here, because that did allow Pain to come in and get the save here, but Mio still very pressured, actually. Pain going down to help, actually leaving Mio. This is a little bit scary for him. Yeah, and the steal interrupts that heal. This is a dead Mio here. He's a fucking gamer, but can he... Maybe he gets his heal? No, he does not. There's no real assistance for Mio right now, unfortunately. Here comes the Fear. That's going to deny that down for a little bit longer, but this is going to be a top buff secured for red. They don't have any points, though. They don't have any nodes, so not the worst thing in the universe. Of course, now that is going to change a little bit when we see Fly grab that node, and that will actually put them in the lead with that buff, funnily enough, because that will be a 2-cap for a good amount of time, which will accelerate them past their opponents. It's going to take a while for that to kick in, but they will get there shortly. Now, we do see Pain equalize that, though. If he can cap this, that might actually just barely keep them in the lead. Top buff up again. And are we going to see both Thieves go for this? I believe we are. Yep, here they come. So it's going to be another epic 1v1 fight on mid. This is a very, very important fight right now. Red team is going to borderline, like, break even or get extremely close. They're going to be a little bit ahead, I think, by the end of Stillness. Stillness is going to last a little bit longer. There is the evening coming up now. There it is. And now we're going to see red actually climb into the lead by 1 point, thanks to that Stillness buff. We actually have Vibran go down. There's a Signet. Is it interrupted? It is not. So good stabilization there. Ooh, but actually, this team fight's a little unstable against red right now. Red need to be a little bit careful not to die. Big Jade wins, though, onto Vibran. Vibran now finds his Glint heal skill. The pressure's big onto Dra. Can they find this kill? Can they eliminate this? Of course, there is going to be a Signet for Adelanti too. Here he is. He doesn't have stability, so he could be interrupted fairly easily. They need to be mindful of that. Dra about to go down, I think. Yes, he does. There it is. He does have stability now, though, with that F3. Gets the hand res and conserves the Signet. That's very juicy. Red and now blue team yoink the buff, though, actually. That's big. But Vibran has fallen, and there's no Signet available. They have to hand res this. Nice CC by Mio. I think they get that. Oh, choking gas, though. Devastating for these downstate plays. The Thief coming in there is just really, really brutal. But blue team are going to be able to find themselves a second node. That could be big. They're going to get the altar, and they're ahead in this game now. If they can just hold on for a little bit, they're okay. We might... Mio's not going to stall. He's going to go and push this node instead. I actually kind of like that. Like, dying here and really giving the enemy team a big snowball could be really problematic. They're just going to concede one node and take two. Fly has to respond to the altar. Mio moves here. Again, that's going to deny this really big push towards these objectives. I really like that here from the Necromancer. Very close game. I think blue is in a good spot, though. Adelanti almost kind of has to come and help with the Rev here, because again, the Rev... The Rev is going to have problems into this core Necromancer. Oh, no. That was a big decap there by Pain. Fly wants to get that back. A big decap by Fly. Pain wants to get this back as quick as possible. They just need one cap. If they can get one cap, they're in business. Gornet coming to help out Dra. Very nice. We'll swap Dra here. As you can see, Dra is now going to leave. Very big. Blue now needs to make a play. They need to find something. Where are their players? What can they do here? Now, they do actually have Adelanti kind of alone here, but he was able to hold hold on long enough such that the support or the draw was able to arrive in time. Now, it comes down to, can Mio get this node? Can he do it? Red team now with the 2-cap. Fly finding Alter. Where's Pain? Pain on mid, actually looking for a kill, I believe. Yeah, no, now he's moving up towards Gornet. Looking for Gornet, actually. Instead, moves over there for the kill. Red team no in the lead again. Big Lich. Nice coordination. Gornet, I think, dies here. It's hard to survive this. He's going to just go for a die on node play, I think. He does. Fly is here, though. There's going to be a dash. Oh. Oh, my God. Smoke screen. Big fear by Mio. Does get it. And yeah, just barely. Nice play there. It's not enough, though. They need more. Pain now needs to find more. What's he going to do? Do we see the decap? He's going to go for it. All the buff. Oh, it's Pain. If you forget that. Oh, my God. That might... Wait, does that actually win the game for blue? That was huge. That is massive. That's buff, decap, and full cap, actually. Yeah, that's buff, full cap. That actually might be GG. Oh, and they decap mid. Aeon and Brian actually essentially won the 2v2 by finding that decap. Oh, my God. Annihilation. That's it. Points shut down. Benzo's been AFK on Bono buff on core NG, plinking away on pistol for ages. Mio stands firm. Gornet coming to force the issue on mid, but that doesn't even matter at this point. It doesn't matter if they get mid, because they've lost sides. And it's with stillness too, and that's a quadruple cap, and that's going to be it, I think. I don't see that breaking. Pain needs to AFK on close. Of course, exactly what he's going to do. Just be a little bit annoying, deny Gornet from getting to the point. He's got Dagger Storm to contest here as well. He is fine. He's having a great time. As long as he just gets it, yeah, he's here. He has to be a little bit careful about using his heal. He wants to immediately de-stealth to make sure he's contesting, and then simply use all of his cooldowns and defensives to stay alive for as long as he possibly can. Exactly what he's doing right now. And Pain just is going to stay there. Meanwhile, Mio standing firm over here. Yeah, that's going to be semi-finalists for our blue team here. Yeah, they make it work with the core NG. The core decap engineer is completely active. You love to see that. What the fuck? Never mind. Cancel that. Bottom buff secured by red team. I don't think it's actually good enough. Wait, it is good enough. Oh my God, it's good enough. For Brian and Pain, they get a kill on Gornet. Atlanti, oh no. No. They actually lose. Oh, no. Because Gornet's not going to die. Oh, no. There's a decap. 30 seconds on the clock. They need a no. They need a decap. They can't do it. Oh, no. Gornet's slow. But Adelanti, Brian's dead. Adelanti stops it. And the bottom buff from Cookie Queen wins the game. Cookie Queen obliterates. Full activation at the last second. 11 seconds on the clock. Wow. Yeah. Insane. Actually insane. I cursed the blue team and it feels bad. Okay? It feels very bad. All right. So it's going to be Sakiki, Azadome, Chunsu, Oki, and Miaz into the gamers here. It's actually, again, a mirror. Seems to be a very popular composition. Instead of the double Necromancer, we are going with the Hollow Smith here. You know, people, a little bit of Hollow in there. People love a little bit of Hollow, guys. People love some Hollow Smith. They do it. They love it. They love it. And here we go. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Azam is going to be playing the Thief this time, of course. I don't really know what to say, because this team has been just absolutely crushing everyone. Oh, hang on. Wait, what? Flamethrower Scrapper? What the fuck? Wait, does he think it's good? Why is he doing this? He's going to get ripped to shreds. This is not going to work. Okay. Meme boys. Yes, meme boys. Underestimate the pump. Apparently so. Problem is, as you can see, he's kind of going to be a bit of a target, you know? He'll be focused and he'll die. I mean, he does damage, right? Like, he has DPS and he's kind of speedy and, well, I mean, to be fair, Skyhammer, so he can kite pretty effectively and that will help him survive, but he is going to be there's a bit of a bullseye painted on his head right now. Let's see if they can make it work, though. Blue team already going for that triple node play there. Draws are going for the decap, basically leaving his team outnumbered, trusting they'll survive. We'll be able to hold on at least for a little moment there. Then we'll see Draza rotate into this fight. But yeah, blue team just don't die, right? They're just running around in circles right now, pretty much. Frey does get busted very, very hard. Does have his port available. Doesn't want to use it. The Rev will just follow him. The support is good from Misha, the Master of Disaster. Now it's 5v5 time. Get your red noses ready to honk. And there we go. We do unfortunately have that kill connecting onto the Flamethrower Scrapper. We'll be seeing it cancel there because they know they can get the hand revival just as fine. And blue about to reconverge. And then we're going to see the fight in earnest kind of start up again. We might see a cap there from Miaz onto point B. Is he going to find that? No, he's not. Intercepted there by the blue team. And, well, here they come. Let's see what they can do. And, yeah, Zan has just identified that the Holosmith, or sorry, rather the Scrapper, is going to be the weak spot of the enemy team. And I think they're just going to focus that pretty hard. Yeah, Boyce kind of latching onto that target. And they know they can eliminate that pretty quickly. And, yeah, I don't really have much commentary. You can see that the health bar is going down. There's a lot of DPS there. They actually get Frey and Boyce, though. Flamethrower Scrapper is confirmed OP. The overfocus and Boyce falls. Flamethrower Scrapper is confirmed overpowered. There it is. Rank 55 Dragons lose a team fight to Flamethrower Scrapper. Zan gets the knockback. I think he actually might die here as well. Oh, he's going to try and survive, but it's not enough. There you go. You can spectate Zan at any second of the game. It's always God play. Well, he's dead now, so maybe not now. But yeah, Draws are now moving away too. But bit of a setback there for the blue team. Maybe slightly underestimated there, or maybe weren't entirely coordinated in that team fight. The red team is historically a team that's very, very good at team fighting. You know, all these gamers, right? Like the Miaz Chunsu combo, Azam and Sakiki, they've played a lot together. They're very, very skilled when it comes to team fighting. But Misha now dead too, and red actually has themselves a bit of a double cap situation going down. I kind of want to keep tabs on the other game too. I'm just going to go and have a little examine of that. And Skyrim is very good for that double necro composition from the red team. It's actually what they won the finals on last time with a really, really nice, solid team fight play. So I think they're probably pretty happy about this match. I think they'd probably like it for finals. They're probably unhappy to see it now. They probably want this going up against rank 55 gentlemen rather than another map, right? So I think that you know, they're probably like, oh, nice, you know, this is good for us in the semis, but I imagine they want more, right? Gornet ports away, but of course, Rev follows you, and that's a nice kill there. Adelanti might not be able to get that revival, although Adelanti and Dra are here. That does make things complicated. There's the knockback, but no, the stability is good, bringing him back into play there. There you go. Let's see if Gornet's going for the big cap here on middle. He's under a little bit of pressure, but so is Brainpacker at the same time. Supports will be rotating in as well here, so the fight will continue. Meanwhile, Kuyuin is down. Sakaya and Maya find that. That's nice, actually. One Necromancer down, only one to go. Maya will now simply move back towards middle, and that could maybe turn to a kill. Bear in mind, cooldowns will have been burned by the time she gets there, and that extra teeth damage could be very scary. But red do get the cap, and blue's a little pressured here as well. I don't think Benny's feeling confident to go for that really big aggression. However, they do now have the outnumber thanks to the thief coming in, and they're going to kill Dra here. Can they get that? He's very, very low. Oh, he has his glint heal. Does Benny have the same? I don't think he... Oh, actually, looking at his cooldowns, I think he probably does have glint heal, actually. So he'll probably go for that when he goes for the swap. Although, actually, wait, never mind. It might just be bugging out. I can't... Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does have it. Rev UI, very, you know, functional, particularly on spectate mode, as you can see. There's the glint heal. He's actually in Shiro now, but he just popped his glint heal, so he's going to have a little bit of sustain there for a moment. But the fight just kind of rages on here. Ooh, and Maya gets sniped there, Fly. Big snipe there by Fly. We'll watch this again for a little bit, then we want to go back over to the other side here and see what's going on there. Massive damage and cleave. Good revival there onto Maya. Hammer coming up as well. This could potentially break up this fight a little bit and start to spread things out. But Red just having a good time with that double Necro. Cooking off respawn, grabs point C, goes for the push. That's what we like to see there, guys. There we go. Now here comes the big team fight. Let's see. We're going to see one Necro move in, and the Necromancer of blue is dead. That's pretty catastrophic, I'm not going to lie, for the blue team here, because now they're going to have a really tough time winning this hammer, neutralizing the map. Brainpecker's still bleeding out, and they are behind on points, and they're behind the map as well. Good cap here by Maya. We'll be able to get point C, but This is going to be a very tough team fight. I think you just give Hammer at this point. I don't think you even fight for it. Like, it doesn't really do anything for them. I mean, it does a little bit, but it's not that much. Signet does land onto Benny, but I don't think he's going to be able to get out. Like, does he have staff? No, not available, unfortunately, for him. And that's a kill. And there's Red getting the hammer. This, yeah, I think this is going to be pretty favored towards the Red team. I think we're going to see them in the finals once again. All right, then. Ooh, yeah, and this game also fairly decisive, as you can see here. Draza, Frey, Boyce, Zan, and Misha, the Master of Disaster, powering ahead, nearly 200 points up in this particular monthly AT. Oki has been taken out. I think this is the end for Red Team. I believe the Flamethrower Scrapper is not going to cut it, unfortunately. That is not going to be quite good enough. But yeah, this game is Dog Water, Show Flamethrower. Well, this game is also a little bit dog watery. Skiki, gets a big knock onto Zan and Draza, but does get cleaved out, and those players are able to get back up there. Skiki does get revived. Chunsu might go for a revival here, but no, it's simply too much. Azadome is falling. We see Chunsu about to fall here as well. Renewed focus of the new, but he's 1v3 into 3 DPS players, and that is the kill. Okay, not even really looking to go on the node at this point. Like, the swarm is coming. Mia's about to get shot down here too, under a lot of pressure. There's the kill, and this is going to be the game. This is going to be the game. Very lopsided. I think the finals are going to be exciting. But honestly, wait. The finals are a rematch of a baseball borderline 500-0 on the earlier game on Kylo. I mean, Red need to just wait for a reset here. You know, they've been completely snowballed at this stage. They need just to reset it and go again. They've got one more shot. I mean, there's one more where they could maybe completely take this game into their control and shut it down. But realistically, they are done. Oh, yeah. Zan, he rolls in. He fires his nades. He nades hard and he nades fast. Zan, aka rank 55 leader, Hollowsmith leader here, nading hard, looking to get it. Wait, oh yeah, he actually, look, it's funny. Fun fact, guys. Okay, I middleman Chak. Yeah, Zan wanted to buy a Chak. I middleman for him. Okay, there you go. Boom. He owes me a monthly AT for that, for free, no charge. So yeah, stay tuned on that, guys. Gizmo incoming, but there you go. Shame he can't show his Chak in PvP because it doesn't work in PvP, but there it is. Hellseth could beat rank 55 solo. I mean, that probably is true, you know. The only reason why Hellseth doesn't come back to the scene is because he would kill it. The games would be so boring, no one would ever watch because they would all be 500-0. But yeah, they're going to win this game. Standard cleanup here. Skiki about to die there. They're essentially being spawn camped. Miaz about to go down here. It's the end of him. He's done. There is an attempted decap here by Oki, but it is just prolonging the inevitable, unfortunately. Right, at this stage, not really much going on here, unfortunately, for the blue team. Hey, Keep, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Hey, good cast on NA. I love to see that. I love to see it. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this particular game. And it's going to be in the finals. Looking to take back the throne, take back the championship. It will be rank 55 gentlemen will be the gamers. But yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, then. I mean, this game is still progressing, but I believe it will be fairly skewed towards draw on this particular matchup. Honestly, it kind of sucks, right? It kind of sucks that, you know, it kind of sucks that actually this is the way it goes right here, you know? Oh, there was a bit of a comeback move here because I think Skyhammer is going to be the least possible interesting matchup for this particular, you know, 5v5. Because, again, it is like the ideal state for the red team. I think, you know, a more interesting game would have been had on a different map. But, hey, that's how it goes, right? That is how it goes. Yeah, one more flamethrower would have got the job done. Yeah, like that was the difference, you think? Maybe, right? I mean, Grim is making... The point here is that competition is not the same thing as skill level, right? I would actually agree with this. I would say that matches like this... Well, this one's actually pretty competitive, but... I'm not gonna lie, having rank 55 gentlemen play is actually really bad for the scene. I actually mean that as well, because it is so anti-competitive. It would be like, do you guys remember when, like, actual Team USA? Like, Team USA still plays the monthlies, but it's like Team USA and friends. It's not the same thing as Team USA, like full Team USA. It was incredibly anti-competitive when Team USA was playing. And it's the, you know, it's the exact same thing here. I would make that exact same statement about EU. Like, having a team this dominant and this far ahead of the competition is actually really bad because it's just very, very demotivating, essentially. You should say, well, get good. And you're absolutely right. but there's just not a very good value proposition, right? Like, to put in the hours to beat rank 55 gentlemen, that's a lot of effort. Not a very attractive proposition in a semi-dead, you know, in a semi-dead PvP scene. It's just not what you're going to see happen. I like this comeback, though, actually. Okay. You know, this is big. This is big. I maybe call this one a little bit too soon. I do still think that red are pretty strongly favored, but blue really going for it. This team fight is starting to brew, but the Necromancer isn't here. He's getting the hammer for free, which is nice. And I think there's no contest for that as well, so that will kind of set the map back to normal, at least a little bit. That, particularly with the Thief recapturing that. That's nice. That's good. Maya getting point A here. And blue successfully disengaged. That's important. That's actually really important. And now they're going to force the red team to push away from their spawn. They're still doing a great job stalling it here as well. With Sakaya. I like that a lot. Necromancer, of course, yeah, this is like a really fun dance. What you do here is you basically wait for you wait to cap, right? Because basically, Nick knows that someone's capping point C, right? But Cookie Queen knows that he's on the hammer, and of course the hammer decaps, so she's waiting for him to get the hammer, and vice versa. Nick, though, is going to say, you know what, fuck it, you can do that. I just want to get in this fight and start killing. So very fun dance there, actually. Saw them, you know. I think that move kind of got a little bit popularized, like Abindo did it in Master of the Arena. Everyone was like, ooh, wow, Abindo, ooh. And then people started doing that a lot. Then it became like a really big mind game to do that all the time. But anyway, here we go. It's going to be Cookie Queen engaging this fight there. Everyone just coming in for a massive clusterfuck 4v4 on mid. It's going to be double Necromancer into only a single one. Now, it is an interesting matchup here. I think blue can win, but it's certainly difficult, and you can see that reflected in Sakai already going down. Signet is there, but I almost feel that blue has to start thinking about what are they doing? Like, how are they leaving this fight? Because, again, the Necromancer from Gornet and from Cookie Queen, it's going to be too much. Right? They won't be able to handle this. There's simply just too much counter pressure here, and they have to start thinking about leaving. Thief 1v1 is over here, but blue needs a bit more than this. They need another node. Decap is fantastic, but they are almost certainly going to have to concede mid. Yeah, there's the kill secured onto Benny as well. That's going to be a decap. I don't think that's really revivable, not in a realistic way anyway. Might just proc the knockback there to go for a bit of a punt, but no, that's not going to work. Map is neutral for now, but the Necromancer of Cooking has already responded to point C and is in play. Same is happening over here on point A, though. Brain Packer will be moving in, and Fly, actually, that's big. Fly actually does die. Fly overstays his welcome into Brain Packer, but I believe it might be revivable here. Adelante doesn't even need to use his Signet there. He can simply hand revive that. That's a good kill, though. Does kind of slow them down a bit. However, Gornet, unfortunately, Benny could not deny that revival stomp rather onto Andreas, and that's another 15 seconds with no support. And blue, they're not far behind, 80 points. Cookie Queen very, very low here. Not super high on Shroud. Sakaya going for the big grenades there, but the counter pressure of that staff is going to be a bit of a threat there as well, particularly with Fly now about to move in too to potentially go for a kill on this holo. There is the Elixir S available. I think that's a dead holo after this. He's going to be in so much trouble. Does he have a shield 5? Let's find out. He actually does. Goes for the kite, but gets hit through the wall and ends up dying. I don't think that's really revivable. Yeah, Benny is in play. And well, maybe with the Guardian? Yeah, I can see it. They have stability. They're going to go for it. There's the knockback. Okay, nice. They're actually going to grab that revive, I believe. Yep, they get it. That's big. Can they now turn it around? Maybe a kill on Dra could be good, but no. He heals up quite nicely. Free hammer for Maya. That's good. Decaps middle. Again, puts them in a spot where they're gaining points faster, but it's not going to be a free hammer, actually, because Fly is now arriving too. Sakai heavily pressured in this fight. Can they get a kill? They need something. They need anything right now to get them back in this game. It's close. It is a bit of a razor edge. I think one major win, one major mistake from the red team can absolutely put blue into the driving seat. They're just not quite able to get it. Oh, that's a juicy fear by Nick, actually. He should find the decap, I think. He does. Very nice play here from Doglift Operators member Brainpacker, aka Nick. Fly unanswered on point A. He's going to leave quickly, though, and hunt for a kill. Could definitely hunt for that Necromancer, I think. Does he smell blood? I think he does. Yeah, coming towards middle. Yeah, he's in his sights here. There's the Lich. Okay, so kind of Brainbacker thinks he's in a good spot, but yeah, forced to try and drop the Lich there because he knows he's got to try and survive this. Might downside does actually get it, does it? And Maya is here. That is huge. Actually, that's big. They do concede mid for that, but they are going to get the hammer because Cooking dies on mid there. On the hammer, rather. They actually get that kill. That is huge. They're going to grab themselves middle. This is a very stale 2v2. Not much going on here. Doesn't look like they're able to win just yet. Now we're seeing Andreas move in there. Goes for the support, stabilize it. Now they can play aggressive. If they could find a kill on Dra or Adelante, that would really put them in a good stagger. No Gauntlet for 10. He'll have to rotate to close to help that out there. But if we actually see Nick maybe go for a push, that could be huge. Andreas getting Giga Spike, though, actually. Even in this matchup. having trouble. Of course, Cookie Queen now back, and now we might see Gauntlet move as well. And now we are going to see the match here from Brainpecker. But Benny's going to fall. Is there a Signet? There is. This is a scary matchup, though, unfortunately. Thief 1v1 to Decap on the other side of the map. But Andreas has got nothing. He's got nothing for this. Can block a few projectiles, but that's it. Does have his heal skill. He's going to go for a heal here. Gets the Empower. They have a kill on draw, but there's the Signet. Oh, real close fight right now. No cooldowns for Andreas. He is completely out of gas, but Adelante is as well, and he goes down. If they can confirm that, they can win this fight and win this game. They need to confirm this. Great CC from Andreas. The nade cleave is big from Sakaya. Gauntlet trying. He's pumping as hard as he possibly can. And they are going to get that. Again, Thief 1v1. This will decap middle eventually. Yeah, oh, and Fly wins. Oh, man, it is so back and forth. So back and forth right now. That's a big 1v1. Maya was really greeting for the node there and ended up falling there just barely. That will, of course, allow Fly to move to point A, but I believe Maya might be able to respawn and deny that cap. I actually don't think Benny needs to contest this. There was such a big cleanup over here. I feel like Benny can push hard. Oh, but Dra's going to follow that, actually. And now that push is actually really good now, especially seeing as we see a lot of trouble over here on the middle node here for... Oh, wait, timer. Unlucky. Oh, if that game went on another minute, Blue would have won. Oh, that is... Oh, it's tough. Yeah. Hold minute getting on 2 because they would win. Yeah, that was super hard, though, as a Thief, right? Because in a way, Maya is not allowed to use any of her defensives there, whereas Fly can. And that makes it really hard to do that, right? Like, really difficult to do that. Like, they needed to not lose Maya there somehow, hold mid, and then maybe turn that into a kill, maybe onto Fly. Then they could win or get a cap on point A quickly or something like that. Very hard, but still, very intense match. Man, this AT has been very crazy. Very intense gameplay, I've got to say it. Oh, who predicted this? Who called? Oh, no. No. Any map but this one, dude. Are you kidding me? Actually, Legacy of the Faux Fire, Clown Fiesta, full meme mode finals. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. It's going to be full send, running it down mid, right, the entire time. I mean, let me explain about this map. So this map, there's not a lot of kiting on mid. It's quite hard. So the fights are pretty quick. The fights are very bloody. And it's also quite hard to disengage, right? Because the map is so small and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, right? This could be an extremely anticlimactic finals. Who is this player? It's Misha. So, let's announce the teams on the red team. Winning the last monthly Ultimate Tournament, having a bit of trouble with the blue team in the Swiss rounds. It is going to be Dra and Friends. Kind of an Ultranum and Friends thing, because Fly, Gauntlet, and Adelante Ultranum members here. Dra and Cookie Queen, because Dra, member of rank 55. Cookie Queen, also a very potent player, legend-rated player in a lot of these seasons. Very known associate of Dra, as it were. Right, and here we go. It's going to be a Revenant double Necro. Thief, Support Guardian going up against the Support Guardian from Misha, the Master of Disaster. Zan, Hollow, Boyce on Power Herald. Draza on the DP Thief. And, of course, Frey on the Necromancer. Playing that side node style role. A little bit side node, a little bit team fighty. Well, I mean, so this is how it's going to go. Whichever team is going to dominate the team fight is going to completely snowball the map, pretty likely, and kill everything and win really hard. Now, the first game, we actually did see the blue team, 55 Gentlemen, perform extremely well in these team fights, even into the double Necromancer. However, double Necromancer does have a serious punch in the team fight. If red team can execute and actually get their plan going and win this fight, they can absolutely win this game. And here we go. Get ready. Here comes the Necromancer. Frey moving in. And it's going to be Cookie doing the same thing. 5v5 deathmatch. You want it, guys? Here it is. The 5v5 begins. The Heralds are going to be the target there. Dra and Boyce both getting pressured into oblivion. Looks like Dra is very, very low, though. Indeed, already Glint Heals have been used by both Revenants are here, I believe. What the hell is going on? I don't really know. Here come the Liches. Signet there, but immediately saw there. And the Lich comes through from Frey onto Adelanti. Good Signet, though, actually does get Dra back in play. Let's see, Boyce has really done a good job of conserving his hit points, though. He's much less pressured than his counterpart on the other team. Adelanti ate a lot of fire to actually get that res. Of course, while you're reviving, you can't dodge or do anything like that. Adelanti getting shut down by Zad. Here he comes. There's no renewed focus. That's the first kill. Both thieves leaving to go for those decaps, but the team fight looking very, very good right now for the blue team. The cleave should be massive here with that Revenant Hollow, and there's another kill onto Dra. It's going to get worse from here, maybe, because this Necromancer cannot get away very effectively. I think we might see a kill on the Cookie Queen 2. That will be 3 kills secured in favor of the blue team. Red a little bit ahead because they do actually manage to cap mid during all of this, but down 3 players in a big team fight is not going to be a good recipe for winning this game, as already we see Draza rotating out, and the middle node will now be claimed. The graveyard belongs to rank for the 5 gentlemen. The waterfall here also being pushed by Frey. Fly will not really be able to hold on to this. Can't really stand on the point against that core Necromancer, and we are going to see a triple cap. Unfortunately, like, this is the way this map goes. You can see, very easy to rotate to these nodes after winning that fight, and there it is. That's 3 kills been secured, and that's going to be, again, 10 seconds. They got to wait for a reset. They got to go. It was a close fight. It was intense. It really was. But certainly, blue team making it happen. Really pushing here. Really pumping. All right, then. Well, no, here's the thing, guys. You got to understand about this. This is what you need to understand about Fofar. I know that looked very, very snowbally, and oh, blue team just is dominating now. The thing is, if red wins a team fight, they'll also probably get a triple cap, right? This is what you got to understand, right? Like, if red wins, it will invert, right? And it's just a case of whoever wins the team fight will kind of own the map until the other team wins the team fight. So obviously if blue keeps winning, it's going to get very one side. So I actually wanted to use this to discuss a pretty interesting point here. This game is actually a lot closer than it looks. That initial team fight was close, actually. Boyce was very heavily pressured as well. You know, like, there was very high damage output and, you know, and skill and execution coming out from red. It just wasn't quite good enough, and blue was able to just scrabble through and secure victory. But it actually was very close. There's one, yeah, Drada's getting bullied really hard. Look at this. Great target focus from the blue team. They're just applying so much pressure. Lich comes out, and that's a threat for Boyce. There's the Glint Heal being used. We also see the support from Misha being fantastic. And yeah, blue's doing a good job. As you can see, Dra is down, and this team fight looking tough. Signet is attempted there by Adelanti, I believe, but I think it was interrupted. And that will be a confirmed kill. And again, we see that victory. Again, the team fight is won by blue, and they're just going to punch through. So they'll probably break the gate down, so it's going to be hard to kite into the base, and they will simply keep pumping. There's only 1 node on the board because Fly did neutralize the waterfall, and of course they were fighting over having a bit of a scrap with this node. It's going to be back up to 2 nodes very shortly. I think we're going to see Draza come in here to deal with Fly, and then they want to rotate Fed from Corruption into the Necros. But seriously, I mean, look, I've got to say this, guys. You know, it turns out that, yeah, Necromancer is indeed pretty oppressive. But I guess it's not that oppressive. Because here we go. The blue team, they stick to their guns. They play a super aggressive composition with the Hollow without the second Necro, and they annihilate. Nothing new, Necro OP. Yeah, the team with double Necros are losing, right? I think that's the interesting thing to point out here, right? Like, and they're not losing like a little bit, they're losing hard, and they're losing where they should win. Where they should win, right? You know, they're losing where they should be winning right now. They should be winning into the team fights, but they aren't. But there you go. Is it the final? Yep, this is the finals. It's going to be going pretty low energy. We actually do see Boyce go down. Say, is there a Signet on Boyce? Oh, they get the stomp. Yeah, Zan finds the stomp, so that is good. And that rallies Boyce, and again, that's going to just shut this team fight down. And again, Necros are going to be the targets here because they're very slow. They can't get away, and that means you can just pick them off. Gordit and Cookie Queen in a lot of trouble. Gordit might get out. He's a position on the stairs, but I think Cookie Queen in a lot of trouble. We see Draza moving in for that kill, looking for it. Can he find that? I think he should be able to get the... Oh, no, the block actually denies that pretty effectively, but Draza still on the hunt. Here he comes. Here he comes right now. 55 too strong. Yeah, they're a little too powerful right now. Not much can be done. That's it. Yeah. Dude, someone on my YouTube comments, guys, actually said Thief has 0 damage right now. Do you know what they said? Okay. They said, Thief is half a player in a +1. And they said that Willbender is better. Okay. And does more damage. That was an 8k crit there, guys. 0 damage, 8k crit. Thief mains, man. There is only one group of players more delusional than Elementalist mains in PvE. And that is Thief players in PvP. That's true. That's actually real. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Red going for the Lord at this point. It's a meme play. I don't think they'll actually get it either because it's being intercepted by Freight. Here he comes to shut that down. Should be able to hold on here. I don't think they can really deal with this. Like, combine here. There's going to be a Lich. And actually, that might be a kill on Dra. Yeah, he got stunned by the NPC there. And that really forced him to blow a lot of cooldowns. This might actually be disastrous for the red team. They may even end up dying here. Like, Dra has no cooldowns. Koikuen is going down on the other side of the map there as well, which is not good. Fly is here, but this Lord is not going to die. The NPCs have fallen, but Dra is about to die. 500 hit points. Is he going to be able to hold off? He's getting some good cleansing, good healing. He might just barely be able to get away with this. But I'm afraid it is not looking very likely. Yeah, a bit of a rough finals, unfortunately. Bit of a bad finals. You hate to see it. I think Temmuz heals more than Core Guard. Temmuz actually has like really good sustained healing. It isn't as not as cooldown reliant in a way, right? Like it will just keep going. Temmuz is really good long term. The thing about Guardian is that it has amazing boon access. It's pretty tanky as well, right? Compared to Ellie with low 8, you know, it has high armor. Heavy armor is really big actually. And it has stability as well. Like, stability is really good. You need stability. Yeah, GG close game, but that is the end of that. 502 to 42. Devastation. The crown has been reclaimed there. Zan going for his Gizmo collection. Trying to rebuild that after losing his main account, but that's how it works. That is how it goes. Devastating game. Massive win there for Rank 55 Gentlemen. Okay, the worst game of the entire AT was the finals. You really hate to see that one, but hey, GG's well played, right? That's how it goes.